Alright, so welcome to D&D Sealing Dragons session number 20, The Homecoming. Guys ready to go?
Let's do it.
Alrighty. So, after many months of us not getting to play this game due to commitments and other issues, finally we get to return back to the Waterdeep series. After the conclusion of last session, you finished the first module, and we're going to be continuing on with your slight mix of homebrew plus whatever you decide to do if you decide to go into Undermountain into the Dungeon of the Mad Mage module. But before that, I think for everyone, it would do us good to get a decent recap of the story thus far. So rolling back time a bit for everyone here, the scene opens up. A new group of adventurers sat around in a very likely place, a tavern, discussing plans for the future. Not just any tavern, mind you, but the Yawning Portal, no less. A scarred and somewhat scrawny human, a small gnome, and with an inquisitive look about her, her owl familiar never far away. A nobly dressed half-elf with an air of neutral serenity about him. A Triton with muscles of tested steel, with an aura of belittlement for any strangers who got too close. And finally, an innocent human that seemed to have more than most knew hiding below the surface of his skittish personality and his love of written works. This motley crew sat around the table, enjoying a drink. And then the troll attacked. Thus began the journey of this group of adventurers, now family, with ties forged in both fire and blood. They were employed by a famous wizard after fighting back the blood-sucking creatures that accompanied the troll that attacked the Yawning Portal. A missing person needed to be found. Seemed
Bolo's a wizard?
enough.
Bolo's a wizard? Wait.
What?
Famous.
Wait, what?
Very famous wizard.
Really? He has
We didn't know this, hold on.
Write books?
Literally
No
a wizard.
idea.
Hashtag, we learned, today I learned he's a wizard.
Today you learned. I was this old. I learned. Anyway, a missing person that needed to be found. Seemed simple enough. They did not know the turmoil and the large plot that they would tangle themselves in by accepting this mission, however. Unbeknownst to them, a precious artifact, a stone, was changing hands at that very moment. It was being stolen from the lair of a terrible guild led by an all-seeing creature. This act would incite a gang war of sorts that would infect the city of Splendor, Waterdeep, where this adventure took place. The group of adventurers eventually located the missing person, but had to rescue him from a sinister guild who had mistakenly taken him prisoner, thinking him a noble. Upon returning to this famous wizard with their friend in tow, the adventurers were saddened to find that the promised amount of gold from the wizard would not be available. But never let it be said that Volo reneges on a promise. Allow me to present something much more valuable. With that, he presented a deed to the group. A deed to their new home. Trollskull Manor, it was called. It was run down, to put it lightly, but functional, and much larger than what this group would need for the present. Plans immediately began filling their heads. It already had an almost functional tavern and many rooms on the second and third floors. The tavern was a given for a business, but a brothel too? A breakfast house? A coffee shop? The possibilities were endless to this fledgling party, their minds overflowing with possibilities. Then, much to their surprise, suitors seeking adventurers began reaching out to them. It seemed that completing a mission for that famous wizard did have its perks. Word of the group had begun to spread around Waterdeep, and people, influential people, had come knocking. The group began taking care of menial tasks, guard duty here, seeking prophecy from an ancient monk there, even venturing out to talk to a dragon deep underwater. Yes, there was no shortage of adventure for the group, and they were all enjoying this new life they had jumped into. Then, a a fireball of terrible destruction erupted just outside their manor. Rushing to the aid of the people outside the manor as any good adventurer would ought to do, the group slowly learned that this fireball was an attack that claimed the lives of several innocents. That, my friends, did not set well with the party. Unknown to them, that artifact from before, it had come dangerously close to being delivered to them, but was snatched away by a survivor of the attack before they arrived. Eventually, the group would work with the local guard to glean insight on what had transpired here. How, you ask? Everyone was dead. Well, by talking with some of the dead from the attack, of course. They learned that two factions were present, one seeking out the adventurers trying to deliver the stone, and another trying to stop them from doing so. They also learned of the survivor and routed their investigation in chase of this individual. The trail led them to a lavish villa belonging to the Growlhund family. The party dilly-dallied a bit back and forth on whether to approach calmly or a bit more forcefully, eventually opting for an inventive combination of the two. Charming the garden keeper of the manor, they let themselves in to speak with the owners. When they entered the villa, however, a grisly sight welcomed them. An attack had happened, and the culprits, two large men with larger axes, were still present, and still willing to fight. Fighting through the attackers in the villa, and eventually rallying with the nobles' guards, the group was able to clear the house of the Black Network operatives that had ambushed it, and those unfortunate enough to be inside. Though the group spoke with the Growlhunds directly and were assured that the attack was out of nowhere for them, none of them were very convinced by the story and suspected a deeper plot was afoot. With the arrival of local authorities, however, the group was forced to vacate the villa and find other leads in their investigation of this stone that so many people seemed to be seeking and that innocent blood had been spilled for. A stroke of luck would draw them into an alley, however, to find an odd mechanical creature, a nimblewright, as they had discovered in their prior investigations, that had been the ultimate culprit in this fireball incident. Discovering and defeating the construct would lead them further into the story as they continued searching for the stone, following the next lead to the docks in Waterdeep. The stone was supposed to be in the care of an eccentric woman in the docks, but sadly, the adventurers had just missed it, being hidden in the city of the dead by the woman's familiar rat. They set off after venturing into the sea, after the stone in the graveyard of Waterdeep. In the woman's family mausoleum, the stone was not found once again, but another clue was. This one cryptically only being a key. Not deterred by this, the group would discover the key was special, as was the lock it opened. They moved to an old windmill and broke in expecting to find evil denizens within, only to find two hired henchmen who wanted nothing to do with the fight. Another clue, though. Always another clue. The party was then sent to a cellar complex below an old abandoned shop where a rumored necromancer laired away below the city. They found the necromancer, but he too was being attacked, and the stone was being whisked away before their eyes. The group ran to a furious chase through the rain and mist of the springtime city and finally were able to claim what they sought. A box with an intricate lock. The box could only hold the stone, right? Wondering if they would have to search for a way to open the box, a voice began to reach out and touch their minds. The voice was alien, wrong, and somehow eager. Yes, you may do. Finally, someone capable who may provide me with some entertainment. The alien voice offered information that the group needed, but only if they could remember things from their past adventures. The adventurers had to recall some memories that seemed like they were from a lifetime ago, but were able to answer the voice's questions and open the box. Inside, they found an unsettling-looking green stone that seemed to have scales, along with 3 pearlescent black eyes that seemed to stare through them. The stone was the source of the voice. It began entreating with the noble half-elf of the group, giving him information about a vault hidden underground, a vault that held dragons, but not the dragons that one would expect to breathe fire, but dragons as in gold, as it is referred to here in Waterdeep. Getting into this vault, however, would not be easy. The group was told that 3 keys would be necessary to enter the vault: a drunken elf, an animated construct, and a shape changer of some kind would be required to venture further into the vault. The party had 2 of these already in hand, the half-elf hoping he would meet the requirements, at least after some fine wine was consumed by him, and the innocent human we talked about before, well, he was a changeling after all. He could change his shape on a whim. The construct would take a bit more work. They ventured to the House of Wonders to acquire a nimblewright named Nim that they had encountered previously, and after some talking were able to convince the priest of the house to borrow this construct. That's not all the group was going to bring, though. No, the vigilant group of adventurers told some of their influential friends of the existence of the vault and asked that they join them on this journey. With their new powerful friends accompanying them, including even the Open Lord of Waterdeep, the group set off to an old theater that promised to be the entrance to this vault. After finding the hidden ladder and staircase leading deep underground, the group found the vault door that they sought out and presented their 3 keys as required. The vault door slowly opened, and they proceeded forward into the Vault of Dragons. Several interesting puzzles presented themselves in the way of the party, but they more or less easily managed to bypass them and ultimately made it to the vault itself. Upon seeing an almost unbelievable amount of gold piled here in the vault, they were confronted by an old dwarf with golden hair. He inquired as to their business and asked them to leave while he tidied up. Not fooled by the facade and having information provided by the stone once again that a gold dragon lurked and guarded the treasure in this chamber, the party attempted to convince this powerful creature that the gold did not belong to it or the man who embezzled and hid it here. With the arrival of the Open Lord with you, weight, a considerable amount of weight, was added to your words. The dragon, his shape changing to a dwarf, now meaningless, agreed to return the gold to the city as he did not want to taint his honor with embezzled and stolen gold any longer. Being told that the authorities would take care of returning the gold to the city, you ventured back out of the vault, a job well done. Unfortunately, things are never that easy. As you were about to leave the vault, you found the guards who had been standing watch at the entrance were in a fight and had almost all been slaughtered. The attacking force was another group trying for one last chance at the horde of dragons. A final confrontation broke out, the adventurers fighting alongside the allies that they had made up to this point, and, with their help, were able to slay the attackers, securing the gold to the city for good. After being thanked one final time by the authorities of Waterdeep for their endeavors, the adventurers Kai, Jot, Risk, Viz, and Talia set back home to Trollskull Manor for some much-needed downtime and relaxation after their perilous adventure. But we all know that the life of an adventurer is never so cozy. So with that, we have recalled everything that happened in the first section of our adventure here. The adventurers going through and reclaiming 50,000 gold pieces for the city of Waterdeep. And getting a small change from that horde of dragons as well returned back to them as a percentage reward. They've had about a month or so of downtime, not having any grossly large adventures to partake in, and some of you have gone your separate ways. Kai has ventured back to his home in Eberron during this time to venture back and see his family. The rest of you have had some interesting incidents going on during this time, but nothing too extraordinary, for the most part. Our adventure proceeds on and continues today. In the morning of the first of the month of Kythorn, the time of flowers, here in the year of 1493, if I remember correctly, DR of the Dell Reckoning. You know, as you're all sitting around, Kai still absent, but he should be arriving today at some point here in the next hour or so, you would assume, based on his last letter that was sent to you. You know that today is a bit special for the city of Waterdeep. There's a holiday today. It's a holiday named Trolltide. It's very similar for those of us in the planar realm of Earth would know as Halloween. Kids venture around with masks on and essentially do a trick or treat, and their tricks are a bit devious sometimes if they are not treated to interesting sweets or pastries by the people they visit. So with that in mind, we zoom in to Trollskull Manor, where the party is sitting downstairs. Kai, unfortunately, still absent for the time being. That's where I'm going to start, y'all.
Hey.
It's weird. I saw you all before we went to bed last night, but I feel like it's been much longer.
I had the
Are you
weirdest.
doing drugs again?
Probably.
I had the weirdest dream last night.
Can we
What
just
was
take
that?
a moment to talk about how great the map looked now? Like, with all the little stuff that you did.
Please zoom all around the map. I put a lot of work into
So
this.
nice. I love it.
One day, Risk will tell me what his room looks like, and I'll be able to...
I was in chat! I told you I wanted the same carpet, the Celtic looking one.
We should really get that
One
fucking hole
day-
taken care of.
Chat,
The
like
DM will remember to...
you can
update the map
see,
for us.
the library here has been updated.
Risk is a
Talia's
minimalist.
bedroom's been
Yeah.
updated. Everything
That is
like
simple lifestyle.
across
He's
the board.
been following
Yeah.
Sam Lupo's
We're good.
example.
Absolutely. Get rid of one
It's an
thing
excellent
every day.
example to follow.
Why do you have so much wizard shit all over your walls, man?
What?
Sam Lupo, wizards, Harry Potter.
Got you. I got you.
Imagine you stole a bunch of shit from Jot and hung it up on your wall. I need more wands, Jot.
I was using that!
All the posters are like that big.
And then they're all hanging on the bottom third of the wall.
Oh.
Oh, man. Well, we should probably go get
Breakfast.
breakfast made by Viz for sure, or elsewhere. We need to get stuff for Trolltide.
What kind of stuff? Should we get
Poisoned
costumes?
apples?
Not poisoned ones. I think that would be bad.
Are we gonna have troll tiders coming knocking at our door asking for tricks or candy?
Maybe. I mean, you need to be prepared regardless, whether they come or not, you know, because if you don't have any candy to give them or sweets, then they egg your house or something. It's just...
We should get a bunch of little vials and give out booze samples.
No. Also, if children egg our house, Lith might actually haunt them.
You see the ghostly specter of Lif, the former owner of this establishment, floating over, kind of cleaning a table with a rag that he's picking up, kind of slowly turns, looks over towards you all, and just
He
raises
nods.
a finger.
Yep.
Yup.
Mhm.
Yup.
Yep.
Yeah, they know.
Goes back to
They-
cleaning.
They know not to mess with this house.
This is the haunted house, you know. Well, yeah. You want to head out to the market or something and get some stuff?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea to me.
Alright.
Do we need costumes or not? I'm unsure.
Well, you probably don't. Because can't you just, like...
What's that
make
supposed to
yourself-
mean?
It's like, whatever you want.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not
That's
like a
changed
crew
on
member,
you.
like,
You have armor store that can look like anything.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I don't like shopping.
Oh, I mean, you can. I just say you don't have to. You can. It's fine.
This didn't sound like this, did he?
I don't remember what this sounded like.
I don't remember. I don't think this is right. I'm thinking back.
Let's just all pick a random accent to use.
I think Vince's voice got deeper the past month or so.
Vince has hit puberty.
Finally.
God, I really think I should go fuck. What's her name now?
I think it'd be cool if we went and got costumes. Like,
That could be fun.
we could go and find like really cool clothes, and we could all match, and maybe we could all dress up as something like, I don't know, what would be good like the Five Musketeers, or maybe we could each dress up like one of the living statues here in Waterdeep. That'd be cool.
What if we all went and dressed up as each other?
Oh.
We picked someone else, and we dressed how we
Uh-huh.
believe they would dress, like representing them.
I have seen Talia naked, so
When have you seen me naked?
when we were in
the thing when you guys
when we were in the mirror room.
I don't think that happened.
What happened here?
There's this
Also-
room with mirrors and a unicorn.
For those of you at home, due to our long, prolonged absence, for various reasons, everything, we did have a short little kind of one-shot that didn't really affect the story too much,
So didn't finish it.
that we didn't really actually finish, which is fine. It was kind of an offshoot.
What happens
There's some
between
weird-
Viz and Talia
weird shit
off
happened
screen
during it.
can stay between Viz and Talia off screen?
Some people got nude. It was
Some people
it was a
got
wild
lewd.
ride.
I missed so many things when we were away
Someone
for
pushed
2 months.
a horse statue.
Yeah,
Someone on it.
yeah. There was a.
Unicorn statue. I pushed someone on it.
Me. Then I ended up naked when we left the room.
Good times.
I will say, I think normally it's just kids that dress up, but I mean, I don't think that means we can't. Just people might think we're weird, but we are kind of weird anyways, and that's fine. So, we're already the people that live in a haunted house.
You're about the size of a human child.
Thanks, appreciate that. That's nice. That's nice.
You love facts. Why? I didn't mean to insult you. Hey, how's that coffee machine coming along?
I forgot to work on it. I've been really busy lately. Okay, I made a wand. Did you see all the stuff that I did for my room? Like, that took a lot of time. I forgot about it.
I made something for Kai when he gets back. I can't wait to show him. I hope
What'd
it's
you make?
useful.
What did you make?
I'll show you when Kai gets home.
Okay. But, I wonder when he'll get here.
Damn it. It would be a great opportunity for him to walk in.
Just knock, knock, knock.
He's not gonna knock. It's his own home.
Oh.
Just walk in. Yeah, that's
Did
that's
Kai
hard.
leave his dog with us?
Whoops.
Anyone feed his dog?
Oh no.
Mama dog. We definitely would have heard the puppy walking around.
I was assuming someone would feed Mariel, alright? Hold on.
So she died and you brought her back as like a pet.
Wanted an early start.
No,
Cemetery.
I don't want an undead dog, okay?
Kai's room has smelled kind of funny for a few weeks now.
I officially hate all of you.
He's got a little shadow hound when he comes back.
That is
Isn't this
so
what you
fucked up.
Surprise!
My room's next to him. I've been feeding his dog.
Oh, God.
Yeah, also the dog's mom lives with us. She definitely would not have let us just abandon her child.
She would have tore you a new asshole.
Yeah, mama's here.
Oh, God.
I feel like it's the first day back to school after summer break,
I
and
know,
all of us
like,
are just like,
I Well, let's go to the
Forge, pay attention to in-game chat.
Wow.
Did
I hope,
it.
Continue on.
I hope when Kai gets back, he's he's willing to go on our adventure to Undermountain with us.
I feel like he doesn't want to go. Just gonna stay here, work on the inn.
I don't think I would let this bunch of idiots go anywhere alone.
Fair.
Okay.
Oh.
So as you're all standing around and chatting and such and talking about some of your recalling recent adventures and such where different things have gone on during this month long or so of absence from hardcore adventuring at the very least compared to what you did before with the Vault of Dragons, the door opens up. As it does so, it swings open wide from where it was shut before. It's too early for visitors, so that can only mean you see Kai walk.
Some police! Oh.
We're being attacked! It's the Sandfire Guild! Hey!
I thought he was going to be wearing a costume when he came back.
Clown costume.
Kai, we got all your gifts. Yeah, I definitely distributed.
Welcome home!
Uh,
How was your trip?
Kai kind of looks around the room and just kind of smiles and nods and yeah, it was fine. Thank you.
How's Papa Goldmane?
Did you enjoy the gifts that I sent to you?
They're great. I'm still kind of figuring out how mine works. But
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, yours was intricate. A little more than I expected.
So what'd you do on your trip?
Yeah. What all happened?
Well, I got to visit the family. Apparently things are not going well back home. There seems to be a bit of turmoil between my father and the rest of the realm, but that's okay. I'm here. I'm back home. Home here. Everything's okay. Kind of takes a deep breath and almost like kind of inhaling everything and just letting it all go. The stress of everything back home and relaxing being back here.
How did you get back home?
Is it a different?
It's all right. We have a passage between my home here in Toril and back home in Eberron. So we just step into the portal and we make our way over there. It's not that big of a deal.
That's really cool. I didn't know it was that easy to just.
It is. It's very restrictive. Hopefully someday it won't be that big of a deal. We can let people come and go as they please and let people come from Eberron to here and us going to there. There's very much we could learn from the people of Eberron.
How do the ships work in the air?
It's
Like,
very...
there's not really buoyancy.
No,
and
it's very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Is there
very
gravity?
different. No, they use elementals
gravity.
there. No. They
Oh, wow.
use kind of similar to air and water elementals we have here. They use them to keep the ships buoyant in the air. That way they don't have to worry about gravity itself. The elementals take care of that.
That sounds really cool. I would love to fly in a ship with an air elemental someday. That
It's-
just sounds like the coolest thing.
It certainly is very unique.
Are they like slaves?
Kind of, yes.
That makes it worse.
It does. It's not exactly a fantastic situation, but they're created for the means of being a guardian of a ship or the actual means of transportation for that
So
ship.
they're bred?
Yes, manufactured.
It's like horse-drawn carriages.
I'm an elemental
Sort
reader.
of, yes.
Well,
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Like the most dangerous thing ever.
yeah, horses.
Studying out my fire elemental.
Yes, there are certain houses that specifically breed these elementals to perform certain tasks. Like the lightning rail, they have a lightning elemental that will pull what they call a train from one point to another. Or the air elemental, which will do the same thing for airships. Same for sea elementals and things of that nature.
A train?
A train, yes, that's what they call it. It's a bunch of little boxes that have a bunch of seats that people can move from one place to another.
So like a whole bunch of carriages all together?
Sort of, yes. But carry very, very large number of people from one place to another.
A carriage snake.
Yes,
Huh?
something like a carriage snake.
Well, do you have things you need to unpack or anything? Or...
Kai kind of reaches back to, he has a new pouch or backpack of sorts, and kind of pats to it and kind of shakes his head and says, "No, I think I'm pretty much ready for whatever's about to come."
Well, while you were gone, we kind of, as a group, decided that we were going to go into Undermountain. I feel like going deep underground and facing new perils and dangers together with your old buddies?
Why would I ever accept such an idea?
It's not the stupidest thing we've ever done.
Maybe had some free time come up?
It's kind of sounds like the stupidest thing you guys have ever done.
We already faced the dragon and talked him into giving up his hoard.
I might have
Why are we
bargained away
going?
my soul.
Oh, I forgot about that detail.
When you say the dumbest thing ever, I mean,
I mean,
I've got a long history.
this is kind of the dumbest thing ever. Alright, explain, Viz. Explain why you have given away your soul for such a thing.
I don't know if I've really given away my soul. That's kind of the problem. The deals of the contract were a little loose. Not 100% sure what's expected of me or what happens if they're not. So I don't know. I've been really scared to tell you about it because we had a lot of talks about how you were like, you can find power from within, and why would you need to get power from anything else other than your own self? And you know, your own divine spark gives you power, and everybody has it. And I was feeling kind of really weak and not so strong. So I made a deal with an angel. Sorry, I made a deal with an angel's angel, with an Empyrean, who works both a really powerful god, and I made a deal with him for power. But it was like a really easy deal, it seemed, because I just had to like keep on doing things I was already doing, but also maybe like sometimes kill people.
Viz, what did you give up?
I don't know if I really gave up anything. I just might sometimes have to kill someone. Also, if convenient, find this missing Empyrean in Undermountain. See, it sounds really easy, but it's also really kind of vague. I still feel like me, but with a little extra power.
Alright, continue.
That's about it.
That's it.
Yeah, just keep on doing good things, help people, but sometimes if someone's really bad and they're irredeemable, sometimes I should kill them.
Alright, what about the rest of you?
I mean, you've been telling me. I mean, you've said I should kill people. So
Sometimes
okay.
it's required, yes, you're right. And the rest of you?
Well, Risk got attacked by devils and met this really hot paladin lady. That was nice.
How did that go?
We
Don't know if if she liked him, honestly. It was kind of confusing.
Honestly, that's how most women feel about me. And
That's how
built
most people feel about you, but it's all right.
yeah, fair. And but we, built a church, and then I got attacked by a crazy old man and some fiends. And the crazy old man said he was sent by my father.
Your father?
Yeah, that's what he claims.
Interesting.
Says that he's waiting for me in the Undermountain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you're certain about this?
I'm certain that's what he said.
I think it's probably a trap, but...
Potentially, yes. I would buy into that too, John.
Yeah,
I just graduated from school. That's all I did.
Risk gave us this really good line of, well, it's definitely a trap, but at least I know I'm springing it. Well, you're still springing the trap, but he feels really
It's
confident.
still a trap, though. I mean,
I'll have advantage on my dex save.
Yes.
I know it's coming! Kai's gonna turn to Jot and say, and for you, what have you learned?
I just graduated from school and made this wand. I pull out a wand. It's like, what was it made of?
Oak and dragon heartstring.
Don't think that was true.
13.5 inches, kind of supple.
Wowie clap.
What did I make it out of? It was made out of... I didn't write it down, because I'm dumb. So I don't know. It's a wand. Looks very cool, for sure.
What does it do?
It shoots magic missiles out.
Ooh. Nice.
That was my graduation desk. Valletta was really nice to me, which was confusing. I think maybe I just sort of misunderstood her, and I shouldn't have been so hot-headed, but yeah, you learn. And then Durnan pranked us, which I think I already mentioned to you.
Yes. Tell me more about that.
He said that if we want to be adventurers, we had to go through this place called Blue Alley, which I'd never heard of before. So I think he made this up somehow. I think he created it or something. I don't know. But we wrote our names in this book, and we went through and bought a bunch of different stuff. We have a Minotaur pet now.
Wait, what?
No, you don't.
I'm gonna keep trying.
Kai immediately, as soon as she says that, like, starts looking around like, what the fuck? We have a pet here? Hold on.
Well, I mean, we have lots of pets here.
He was a skeleton minotaur. Wasn't he a skeleton minotaur? Am I
No.
making that up? No.
You're making
No,
that up.
Wasn't there a
we
skeleton somewhere?
picked up
A cow. It was a cow skull.
Oh, cow skeleton. Okay, never mind. Liv wouldn't like him then if he's not dead. So.
What we're really getting at, Kai, is we make some spotty decisions when you're not here, and so it'd probably be good if you came to Undermountain with us.
Good segue.
Kai kind of nods a little bit and reaches towards his pocket. You guys unfortunately don't know, in his pocket he's keeping the Stone of Galore. So he kind of reaches down and as he reaches down,
reach into your pocket, it's empty.
Oh.
Make a insight check for me.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
I can do that.
Why is a pit fiend talking to us in chat?
I was bored.
Why is there a pit fiend? Why?
You took his soul.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh no.
Very middle of the road,
Plus
but that's
7.
fine.
Kai, as you're listening to all these stories of things that you've missed, unfortunately, heard briefly about in some of the letters sent back and forth between yourselves and yourself and the party. You start thinking as you're walking in and such, walking through the city of Waterdeep, you saw A few people, though it was about midday or so, saw a few kids running around in costumes and such. You're somewhat familiar with some of the holidays here in Waterdeep, but you know that it's a bit early. It's only the 28th of Myrtle. You arrived back on the 28th of Myrtle and were heading back to the manor. So it was a bit odd for you that you saw people already running around in costumes and such. That should be a few days away.
Wait.
And
what
also
day
the
is-
stone's gone.
What day is it? Is it actually the 28th?
Oh no, it's the
I was
first.
gonna say. I thought you said it was the first. Okay.
Oh, it's absolutely the first.
Fuck, you've lost time.
Kai's gonna take a deep breath, stop for a second, and say, "All right, well, you guys say we're supposed to go to the Undermountain, yes?"
No, you don't have to, but we are
No,
definitely
that's-
going.
If that's where you're going, that's where I'm going.
Did you take the thing with you when you went to home? I was gonna ask that before we started.
Kai nods a little bit.
Yeah.
Did he talk to you there?
Yeah. How's that been going? Is it the creepy voice still like talking?
Hasn't really been very super communicative. You did have it with you. It's strange that it's not in your pocket, though.
Kai shakes his head no.
Oh, well, maybe that's a good sign.
Maybe when it fulfilled its purpose.
Yeah, maybe
Just-
just like deactivate it or something.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly it. That's what I'm hoping.
Well.
But,
it's not-
Undermountain, tell me more about this. What is it that I should know?
Well, I don't know that we know. Actually, no. Like, what would I know about Undermountain? What do I know about it?
General knowledge that everyone would know about Undermountain is that Undermountain is a place that lies deep below Waterdeep. There are a lot of rumors and such, in circulation of things that happened or that happened down there. The biggest thing is that it is a place where adventurers go to test their mettle. It is a series of underground dungeons, floors even, where you descend further and further into the planet of Toril, seeking out further or more increasingly dangerous situations, but also increasingly better loot. Lots of magic items lost to time are down there. Lots of wealth that has gone unclaimed by former adventurers who met their peril and the creatures that have taken it. That's the general knowledge of Undermountain.
So I don't know a whole lot more than that. We'll say. But we were also gonna celebrate Trolltide. Was what it was called, right? I think
Yeah, Trolltide.
Yeah, Trolltide. Same as it.
Tonight. So we were about to head out and go get like sweet treats and stuff. Did you wanna come along, or do you wanna have some rest time?
You ask as if I don't drink every single night that we're here.
Well, you know.
Yes, we are certainly going to go get treats.
Let's do it then.
Yes,
Let's
we
go
are.
get some treats.
Alright, so plan is to head into Waterdeep, maybe to the market or something like that to seek
Yep.
out treats and such?
Try and get
Yep,
some
yep.
stuff for the kids.
Alrighty then. So let me pop this over real quick. Waterdeep. It is spring during the day. Fucking hate you, CK.
We've hit the point where I actually do want to go to Kresk now, but like
Different campaign.
I know.
Alright. There we go. Alright, so as you set out outside of Trollskull Manor, heading outside, it's still pretty dreary, as it's going to be for the remainder of spring. But for the most part, it's not pouring rain and such, which is nice for this time of year. You set off outside the alley, heading down to the south, heading towards the Market Ward, where you know there'd be either, unless you want to stop at the Castle Ward, you go into the Market Ward, or you go into the Castle Ward to the market there. Where do you want to hit?
What's the market ward? Trades ward?
The market
trades ward
is-
sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
The market is
The
the
market
large
is
stall area.
castle.
I would say
slash
let's
sea
go
ward.
I would say go to the market first and see what there is, and then if we can't find something new,
Okay.
go to the trades ward.
Also, why do we have a marker for something called the God Catcher? I don't remember that at all.
That's
living
one
statue.
of the statues. The living statues.
Oh,
I've been slowly adding some of that stuff in.
okay. I don't remember
That's
seeing
like
that
Jesse
marker,
before.
and I was like, what the?
Yeah, that's one of the living statues.
You don't remember
Waterdeep.
when we went and caught a god? You don't remember
Yeah, right.
that session? What?
The Great Drunkard. God, I didn't know Hawks was in this game.
Aha.
Wow.
All right,
Wow,
so
you
heading
clap.
to the market then in Castleworth.
Yep.
It takes you about 20 minutes or so heading out to the high road and then turning south. It's pretty busy. As all of you are looking around, Kai, you're slowly getting the realization that it's definitely Trolltide. It is the first of Kythorn. Trolltide is today, so some reason either you kept your calendar wrong or some days have gone missing for some reason since you returned to the portal from Eberron. You all continue down the high road, kind of moving in. As you get closer, you see a lot of the street is blocked off and people are diverting to the left and right. It seems there's a large area where kids are kind of going back and forth, the equivalent of trick-or-treating in this area. So you divert off, heading into the city streets here and heading towards the market. Everybody give me perception checks.
Oh no, okay.
I forgot how to roll things.
Click the button.
Okay. For a second, I thought I saw a +9 next to mine. I was like, that's not right.
I'm not perceptive. All right, so as you're all looking around, Talia, yes, Talia's her name. Talia looking at the kids, kind of sneering at them and such as they run past, laughing. As you're all looking around, you see children in troll masks run through the fog and drizzle, knocking on doors and stopping adults in the streets. Those who aren't placated with candied apples, sticks of salted meat, and other treats perpetuate all manners of
What
tricks.
did you just say?
What?
Like jerky.
Okay. That's not
Yeah,
what I thought you said.
Stick meat. Yeah. No, it's
Yeah,
like
okay.
meat on a stick.
I've never wanted to clothesline a child more than these guys brought. Anyway, I should have brought the poison apples.
So anyway, end of the treats to perpetuate all manner of tricks. You see, everybody but Talia sees a grumpy old woman. You see a rat is thrown in her face. And you see that a burly dwarf has his pipe stolen from him for not giving a treat to one of these kids. They're ruthless at this time of year.
These kids are fucked up, man.
Suddenly,
Fucking thugs.
a white-haired man bolts toward the crowd in front of you. His face a mask of terror. Behind him lurches a massive, green-skinned giant dragging a ball and chain across the cobbled street. You see a blind helm covers this troll's eyes, but its mouth is a veritable cavern of sharp teeth. It flails its arms through the air, slashing at the fog around it blindly, and lets out a horrible wail of frustration not finding anything. The crowd in front of you panics at the sight of it and flees into the mist and rain around you. Meanwhile, you see a member of the City Watch trying to sneak up behind this blind troll, hoping to strike a mortal blow. What do you want to do?
That's one hell of a costume.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you see
Yes,
two
tell
trolls.
me
not
something.
one.
Two trolls. Do they look like real trolls or people in troll costumes?
Do they
No, insight check.
Do they smell like trolls? Okay.
Hard to smell them through the wind or the mist and rain. You're about 30 feet away.
What
but
did you tell
make
me to do? Have it?
insight check, please.
Insight check.
As you're watching this great, gigantic creature swinging its arms through the air, you see its arms are gangly and long. This is not a person in a costume. It's swinging with ferocity, slashing the air. It looks extremely dangerous. It looks like a troll with this blind helm covering its eyes.
And I've never, this is not part of the typical celebration as far as I am aware, correct?
As you're looking on, you see this city guard is, obviously either covered in rain or sweating. He's moving up very cautiously. He's ready to take his very real sword and stab it into this very real troll.
Okay.
It is not a normal occurrence.
Can I sprint and get within 30 feet of him?
Sure.
are we?
Everybody go ahead and roll for initiative.
You're gonna make me roll for initiative. All right.
How do we do this?
Click your token.
Click your token.
Click your token. It's been forever.
Oh, hey. Ooh, that might be the best initiative I've ever rolled. Dun 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 dun.
Oof.
Oh, I don't
3 of us rolled 20 or higher. An 18, a 13. Havoc, we're ready. We're looking to fight. We're one game.
We're ready.
I'm like, what is Talia? What does she do?
What is this kid? Who am I?
All right.
This is my druid, right? I'm pretty sure I'm a druid in this.
I'm a druid, right? I forgot what I am. Hold on.
So as you're moving forward
pretty
through
sure
the
I'm a
city
fighter.
streets around you, you see people fleeing off to your south through the mist and rain. Ahead of you, once again about 30, 40 feet, depending on where you are in the order here, you see 2 trolls swinging, once again blindly through the air. They obviously cannot see. They're just lunging out at anything that makes sound. But obviously are still very dangerous. You see this one member of the City Watch moving up behind, trying to do something, but he looks so small compared to them. Risk, you're the first to react. What do you want to do?
All right. Risk is going to run. Actually, how fucking far away am I? Oh, wow. Further than I thought. All right. Run to about here, and he's going to shout, "Hey, Ogly, over here!" And take a shot with his hand crossbow. Is a 16 hit?
Yes, it does.
All right, and that is going to be a trip attack.
Okay.
So that's I think it's still a D6. D8 and D8.
What's he gonna do? Dex saving
He's
throw.
a dex saving throw, and his 8. Shit, what the I'm sorry, I can't remember what my DC is.
It's your dex
8.
plus your proficiency.
So 11, 6 is a 16 dex saving throw.
All right, he rolled a 20.
Oof.
All right, and I'm going to shoot him again.
Let me double check something real quick. Because he is blinded.
Oh, I need to move the map. I'm sorry, chat.
That
It's been a little while since we played, so I'm sorry.
It's
sense that it would,
There,
but
that's
I don't-
better.
It's an ability check. Okay, yeah.
Let's
so it's not a
actually
saving
zoom
throw.
in,
It's only
too.
ability checks. He has a disadvantage,
Okay.
or he automatically fails ability checks that require sight. This is a saving throw, so 20 will stand.
Bring this,
17 will hit.
All right, and that is also a trip attack.
Okay. Another dex save. 18 this time.
Fucking hey, okay. And then I'm going to
There
use
you
my
go.
bonus action to shoot the other one for a
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Cheers, everybody.
Yep. And we're doing the table on this one, right?
Yes, we are doing the table. We have augmented the rules for this campaign. So I need you to roll me a D100, please. Doing 11 damage. Let me go ahead and mark that first. So taking your attack, extra attack, and then bonus action attack. Critical success. You rolled a 51. All right. You are able to take the disarm action after your attack as you fire off towards his hand, trying to
It loses its hand? That's
trying
sick.
to disable one of its hands, maybe one of its claws. Disarming. Do you have that as one of your maneuvers? You know the DC for
I
that?
do.
The check for that? It's a. I think it's
it
another dex,
is-
but
Strength saving throw.
strength save. Okay. What's your DC?
16.
All right, he rolled just a 16, so he barely keeps hold. You fire off. You do get the arrow through his hand, but it's just enough to not cripple his hand completely. Not taking away one of his attacks.
Alright, I think I'm playing the wrong character though, because Risk never hits shit.
Say you hit all those.
You've been training.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right, anything else you'd like to do?
That is the end of my turn.
Alrighty, so 3 quick shots off from the hand crossbow in Risk's hand, supernaturally fast, reloading another bolt in there and firing it off. 2 of them hitting into the chest of this creature. It screams, "Raw!" throwing its hands through the air after turning towards Risk after he speaks out to him. The last attack going through his hand, not quite crippling the large, clawed hand of this creature, but doing some damage. This guy's staggering back a little bit. Kai, your turn.
Kai begins to move forward, 30 feet of movement, looks to the north, and grips onto his quarterstaff, is going to equip his barbarian side of the staff as he makes a 2-handed strike.
Okay.
11.
You bring it down, but the staff just kind of bounces off the hide of this troll.
Okay. As he does, I think that's pretty much gonna be it. Yeah, that's it.
All right, you see Kai rushing forward, bringing in this new staff. You didn't see him before. You see one of it has kind of got this white and pinkish hue on one end. The other one turning to this dark black with a green hue on the other end. Him wielding the black and green end towards this troll, but it bounces off. Kai kind of staggering back from the blow, not expecting to run into such resistance. Talia, your turn.
I would like to rage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move up and hit that ugly one with my great axe.
Okay. 17 will hit for 12 slashing damage.
14. She's raging.
14, yeah. You don't have your rage modifier.
You know, every time we're like, oh, we're going to fix that. Yeah, we'll fix it.
Just add a plus. There's a add to damage.
Your sheet's
thing
going to get weird a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to fix it real quick. I'm going to add that.
under the global damage modifier. Just add that.
So I
Yeah, I'm
hit
trying to remember what it is.
That's what I
Control
do.
A delete, right?
You might have
that
to
is-
go
that
into
is-
the settings and then add it into. So if you click the cog and then say show global damage modifier.
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, there it is. Global damage modifier field. I thought there was something in here you could.
So
add,
if you
though.
click that, then you go back to core and then you can type it in plus to rage.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Global damage.
Yep.
Rage is 2 right
Plus
now, right?
2. Yep.
There you go. All right, so you have a little checkbox now below your attacks that has rage.
Yeah.
So just check that, and you'll do extra 2 damage. All right, so your great axe comes down, slashing through this creature, dealing 14 slashing damage to him. What else?
I'm gonna swing at him and be like, "Your mother's ugly."
All right. Second time you see this, you have a. Oh shit! All right, I apologize to the two
Everyone?
that have already gone. You had advantage on those attacks because
Oh!
Blind, yeah.
Oh.
So,
Do I
Yeah.
need to roll again?
Kai, roll one more time. 21 will hit Talia, dealing another 15 points of damage. So with that, okay, 25 will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
Um,
Just 7. It's not big.
self.
Just 7.
Okay. All right, so 7 from that, and 15 from Talia. Okay. All right, so your ancestral protection is bumping up on them as well. All right. Anything else, Talia, you would like to do?
No.
No, that's it.
All right, so as you bring your
I hope
axe
he
around the
cried
first
that his
time,
mother's ugly.
as you bring it around the first time, you cleave to its chest. It lunges backwards, and you see it trying to move its arm towards you. This arrow, this bolt sticking out of its hand, lunging towards you. You duck underneath it and swing low. As you do so, you feel your great axe just cleaving through this thing's right leg, chopping it off completely. This thing is now only has one leg.
Okay.
Now has its movement speed
All right.
halved as your ancestral warriors and protectors begin swarming around it, giving it a bunch of debuffs. All right, this guy looks super fucked up. Jot, your turn.
How tall are the trolls?
About 9 to 10 feet.
Perfect. I would like to put a fireball in the air above them. So that it just hits their heads and not
And not
my
everybody
friends
else?
And the guard. Is this a guard? I think this is this is the guard, right?
This is a guard,
Definitely
right?
a guard,
It's a
yeah.
guard.
I definitely
Totally a
don't want to
guard.
fireball the guard.
Are you sure?
Definitely don't. I would like to.
So you want it right here in the middle, and you don't want it to hit anything else.
So you're aiming for just like their heads and upper bodies and shoulders and everything?
Bodies, basically, because Talia, you're what, 5 feet tall?
Yeah, like
Arch,
5
probably,
foot, 5'3".
6 feet max. So.
Yeah, kind of
if you're
6 foot.
If you're just going for like part of their body, I am going to give them advantage on their saves. Just so you know.
That's fine. Okay.
Because they're blind,
Yeah, they are still blind though.
so they can sense that a fireball is
Well, I
aiming
think
for
it's
their
because
upper
I'm only
torso.
hitting.
Their other senses
Yeah,
are
it's more so that
stronger.
you're not encompassing.
That's
like a
fine.
fireball
I'm okay with
normally
that.
just
I'm okay with
explodes and surrounds them and everything. That's what gives them the regular deck save. But since you're only kind of hitting partial, trying to avoid hitting other people, they're going to get advantage on their saves.
That's fine. I don't care.
Luckily for you, they're not very dexterous. All right, what's
It
your
worked for
DC?
fucking me.
Yeah, for you.
15?
15. All right. A 6 and a 4.
Yeah. So they're gonna take 28 fire damage.
Okay.
As I reach into my component pouch, pull out a little bit of guano, and I think it's sulfur, and I clap my hands together and say Ignis, and this little ball of fire shoots out and just.
All right, so you all watch as the tiny little spark of fire extends out from Jot's hands, soaring up into the air and kind of almost fizzling out in the rain, and then explodes outwards. You see ripples of force pushing the rain in such a way as it comes down, hitting both the trolls. They're just completely oblivious to what's about to happen to them. The troll that has been wailed on completely just is completely uncovered by the blast. The other one somewhat ducks a bit, still taking full damage, but it is not killed by it. Unfortunately for the one to the north, though, he is completely set on fire, writhing as he falls to the ground, his head missing, his shoulders singed.
I give the guard a thumbs up. Yeah.
Guy's just standing there like, all right,
I did it.
Troll's turn. Took fire damage. He's dead. He took fire damage. Okay. The one-legged troll is down. The second
Come
one.
at it. Come at me.
Looking around at the targets around him nearby. Turns around towards the veteran or the guard back behind and lunges towards him.
Oh no.
3 attacks.
Oh
Hold
no.
on, so they're not both blinded? They're both blind?
Oh,
or
sorry.
they only
They're
one of
blinded. It's hard to. He's moving around listening to sound and
that's
stuff.
who he's going for.
Yeah. He's going for it. He's still randomly attacking towards whatever sounds he's hearing. He is still blind, so all these attacks will be at disadvantage. Bite attack will be a 22. Okay.
Oof.
Claw attack will be a 19.
Guard, no!
And a 12. All right.
Poor guard.
I shouldn't have distracted you.
He dead.
Okay, so that's 6 plus 14, so 20 points of damage to the guard.
He's super dead.
12 will miss at least. You see, as this troll moves forward, its eyes still covered, but somehow finding the guard and reaching out, and it kind of grabs hold of him with its teeth as it bites down onto him and starts trying to rake away at his flesh with its claws, scoring another hit. He brings his shield. No, he kind of moves his splinted armor up in the air and blocks the second attack from the claws. He's still standing. He does have blood dripping from his chest and back. Now,
how much damage was the first one?
6.
Lots.
6 points of damage?
6 points of damage from the bite and 14 from the claw.
Okay, I'd like to cutting words the claw damage.
Okay.
So I thought it was 30 feet, but I actually have 60 feet. So as he claws down, I want to be like, hey, ugly, no! And reduce the damage by 2. Wait,
2. All right.
hold it. Wait, yeah, that's right. It's
Is
a
that
D8.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just rolled crap.
2 whole damage.
All
A
right.
whole
So
2.
you're kind of distracted as
Go
it's
off my
like
new team.
it's like ripping its claws through this guy, and like and looks over at you and stops and raises its hand up. So you kind of save him from a little bit of damage. It still hurts a lot. This guy looks kind of messed up now. Viz, what do you have to say about that?
Cassie said she's doing something.
I'd like to do that. On the guard.
Okay.
Oh.
Something fancy.
Reduce the damage by 2d6. Dope. All right, so another 4 damage added to it,
Nice.
or reduced by it, rather.
So I'm gonna step up and see if I get a little better look. You've described these as blind helms, but what does that actually mean? Like, is it stuck on his head? Is it something they could remove?
As you're looking, you're seeing that their legs have this manacle and chain with the ball on it, kind of slowing them down a bit, not terribly much, but along with that, you see a collar around their neck, and attached to it is this short chain up to this, what appears to be a helmet, but the helmet goes over the head and down over the eyes, so cutting off vision from here all the way up. This kind of metal helmet that's set on top of their head.
I would like to cast heat metal on the collar.
Okay.
Knew that was coming.
You're all inventive as fuck, so this is what happens. All right, Con.
Really good damage roll.
Yeah.
9 on his con save.
Not enough.
Is heat metal, is that next turn or is that now? I don't remember.
I think it's.
No.
I thought it was now too.
Yeah.
Should be
I don't
no.
remember.
I feel like it's now, and then he can reactivate it on his
Yeah, I
turn.
can
Yeah.
bonus action it in the future.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so he takes the 15 damage now. Okay. Alright, so you
And
watch as the
then-
manacle just glows red bright and sears into the skin.
It's unfortunate.
And then I would also like to. Actually, no, we'll call that good. That'll be the end of my
Okay.
turn.
All
I was
right, so
gonna
you're-
use healing word on the city guard, but I don't even know him yet, and I feel like that's like a second date thing at least.
And honestly, he doesn't look that bad now that all this damage has been reduced. He's really kind of like, yeah, it hurt, but he's like, I'm gonna attack this thing still.
He'll have some cool scars. He's fine, really. You know.
All right, so you all start watching as steam is kind of rising from the mist and rain, floating in the air from this heated metal collar around this thing's neck. It wails and screams in pain from the damage of it. The guard is going to turn, looking up at him, screaming, kind of grits his teeth, and he is going to. You see him holding this long sword. He kind of takes it out to one hand. You see him quickly, with his backhand, just kind of reverse gripping a short sword at his hip, and charges forward, making 3 attacks: 2 with his long sword, 1 with his short sword.
He a fancy guy.
Show off.
He fancy.
Swinging through the air, ha ha ha! Missing all 3 of his attacks, unfortunately. as this-
Advantage.
With
Oh,
advantage?
wait, with advantage. Sorry, hitting all 3 of his attacks.
Hey!
Carving in for... Thank you for reminding me. I keep forgetting. 11 plus 8 for 19 points of damage. As the short sword and long sword attacks cut into this troll that's wailing in pain from the heat metal spell. We go back to Risk at the top of the turn order.
Alright. Riss is going to move down to flank this motherfucker. And he's going to take 2 attacks with his special short sword.
Oh.
Oh, wait. I'm supposed to have advantage. I'm just going to roll that one more time.
Yeah.
Okay, so 24.
Okay, yeah, 24 hits. for
Yep.
10.
My second attack, also 24.
hits. Mm-hmm.
And then bonus action, hand crossbow.
26 hits.
And that, yeah, that it's going to be a trip attack on the hand crossbow.
Do not fuck with us in our town. Seriously.
Haven't learned yet. It's
I'm on
fine.
roll 3.
Have a bad day. We will light you on fire. We will push you to the ground. We will kick dirt in your face.
We will call your mom
Insult
ugly.
your mother.
What's your DC?
16. Dex.
Oh, 15 this
Disadvantage.
time.
Disadvantage. Heat
Yeah,
metal.
15 this time. Yep.
With disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, with disadvantage.
15.
Otherwise, it was a natural 20.
Oh.
So
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I gave him the disadvantage he was due. So he takes another 3 from the trip attack, and he falls prone.
Okay. And I'm going to action surge
Okay.
and hit him twice more.
Okay, for each, roll 1 more at just a regular attack. Because he's prone, blinded, heat metal.
Okay. Okay, you're giving double advantage?
Double advantage. Okay, 25 hits for 9.
Okay. And then
Just 'cause Yeah, fuck this dude, apparently.
He's very dead.
Roll one more. 20. Okay, 24 hits for another 11.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, still alive.
Oh, he's still alive. Oh, I should not get another bonus action.
Not for long.
Not for long.
All right, anything else, Risk?
That's literally everything I can do.
Okay. You watch as Risk moves forward, bringing out the short sword. As he does so, you see it starts to glow a bit as it reacts to the air being drawn, slicing twice through the air, cutting into
You
the
ready,
sky.
chat? Come on. Are you ready? Give me
twice.
a height
And
here.
then he raises up his crossbow,
me some
firing
height.
into it as it lands on
Let's
the
go
ground.
into it.
Then swinging the short sword twice more as he surges with energy, cutting into it. This thing is bleeding all over the place, looks super cut up, but is still alive and struggling, unless Kai decides to finish it off.
Oh, yes. Well, that's the thing, is Kai doesn't care and is going to walk forward, place his hand on the skull of this beast in front of him, and say, "Oh, you have royally fucked up today."
Oh.
Inflict wounds.
Roll it one
24
more
gonna
time.
hit.
Roll it one more time.
One more
Just regular,
time?
not advantage.
Yeah, he's given
Regular.
Okay.
I'm giving like double advantage. Just
Oh, okay.
He's
so
Do a
super-
normal.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
Just a
okay.
normal roll.
Okay.
All right, 24 hits. Go ahead and roll. for that
24
one.
hits. Hold on.
Oh.
Plus 1 necrotic damage as he grips onto his staff.
All right, so with the 30 points of necrotic damage, go ahead and describe how you finish off the second troll here in the courtyard.
Kind of walks up and places his hand on the side of the troll and looks at him and says, No. You don't understand. You're in the wrong neighborhood. You shouldn't be here. Perhaps the guards should... No. I will escort you out of here. And immediately just, grips onto the back of his head and infuses this necrotic spell into him.
All right, so as you do so, the necrotic energy sinking in, causing the skin to start to kind of fall off the body of this troll as it wails in pain, and then its voice is abruptly cut off as the spell ends its life. It sinks down in a pile of flesh and melted goo that was its flesh before inflict wounds happened. You see both trolls, though they are known to be hardy creatures, are not moving. They are definitely dead.
Troll bogies.
Troll boogies.
Are you okay, sir?
Yeah.
City guards guy?
As you look over towards this guard, him holding the long sword and short sword in his hand, he's kind of breathing heavily, kind of flexes his back a bit where he was grabbed hold of and clawed. He shakes his head, he looks over and, yeah, fine, thanks to you. I looks over at the two creatures, kind of nudging one with his boot, shakes his head. I saw these creatures running out of the sewers there and chased them down. I was trying to stop them before they reached the people here, and I didn't stop them quite in time. It was a good thing that you were here. You made short work of them.
Well, just happy to help. Glad, that was very brave of you to run after them.
Where were you in the sewers?
That he kind of shrugs his, looking at Jod. He says, I'm just doing my job, ma'am. Nothing more. He looks over at Talia. I wasn't in the sewers. I was patrolling the streets just over there. He kind of points off to the east a bit. I saw them climbing out of the sewers, and that frenzied rage that these creatures seem to have just started running around, slashing at everything. Don't know why they came out of there or what. He kind of nudges the helmet with his boot, or what these contraptions are, but it's all over now. Yes, Viz.
Do I believe that he's telling the truth?
Sure, make an insight check. That seems pretty honest. Yeah.
He's not running a troll fighting ring thing, and they put him in cages and
Troll
make him fight
fighting
and
ring.
head on him.
What the fuck?
As you're looking at this guy, you see that he was very much hurt by them. He's obviously a member of the city
Troll-fighting
guard, which you have nothing but respect for the most part after interacting.
I just want to remind you
with him
about the
several
guy
times.
with the dope axe who had a thing in his head and he tried to kill us. Just
Dope
trust no
axe.
one, the truth is out there.
I do want to
Yeah.
go up and inspect the collars and the things over their eyes and see what I can make of that.
Okay, make an investigation check as you do so.
Also, make a
Troll
con
Fight
save.
Club.
You take 17 damage. As it's still on fire.
I'm not touching that one. I'm touching the other one. I just scrolled through my spells looking for investigation. How do you play D&D, guys? I don't.
I don't remember. Hold on.
You just
not
roll a
how that
d20, and your DM tells you what to add to it.
Oh man.
As you're looking over, it doesn't take much to kind of roll over the head a bit of the one that's head was not blown off. So you are touching the one that was previously heated, but
okay,
this
sorry,
is
I
nice
forgot
enough
that
to
head is
cut that
blown
off. As you're rolling its head around and such, its tongue kind of lolling out of its face, putrid blood all over the place. You look across the backside of the helmet, and as you turn its head towards you, looking down at it, you see a symbol kind of etched into the metal. You see a circular spoke, and you see what appears to be lines outstretched in all different directions. Recognize this symbol. You've seen it before in the sewers of Waterdeep. And you've
Jesus
surmised that it
Christ.
belongs to the Xanathar Guild.
This motherfucker, he just won't go away.
They're running a troll fighting ring. It's like a cockfighting ring, but a troll fighting ring.
Yes, that
They're
is
weak.
exactly it. That's it. Yep.
Perfect.
So we need to go get tuxedos. We need to
Nope.
get our way
I
into
can't,
the
chat.
gambling area.
do it.
Huh?
Make our, we got to play a bunch of poker to, make them trust us. Find
I
out where the
can't.
troll fighting ring is happening. Bring
Uh-huh.
them down.
Or we could host events for them.
All's-
No, we don't want them in our home. What is wrong with you?
I don't
Hold on,
know.
what happened when I was gone that made you think that
we got
inviting
it.
people to our home is okay?
Our home is a tavern.
No! Fuck that shit!
All the
No!
time.
We're closing
That's how we
the
make
tavern.
money.
We will close! No! Kai is opposed to this idea.
We have an entrance from the sewers into our den.
No, we don't, because Kai invested good money into putting a glyph of warding it on that entrance. So,
And I'm sure you put an on-off switch on it.
yes, only we can go through it.
As you're all kind of discussing and such and yelling amongst each other of this shenanigans, you see the guard kind of watching back and forth and kind of raising hands. Well, I thank you for what you've done. I'll take care of this mess. Thank you.
Don't forget we helped you out.
I will never.
You didn't
forget
die.
As long as I
Hold
live,
on,
I did not
hold
die.
on. We're not done with you. Kai. Anyway, you wait right there, though. So while you were gone, just lots of shit happened, man. It's been crazy. We've had lots of people. Stay there. Don't move.
Sir, I'll have you know I am.
I'll have you know.
Good sir.
Good sir.
Good day, sir.
What was your name, sir?
Don't have one.
Oh,
Yeah.
random guard number one.
I should always have a
Random
name generator.
NPC name number one.
I have never been treated with such disrespect. My name is Kizogruds. Thank you very much.
Are you new
He's
to
so
the guard?
gruds.
How did you know?
Because you haven't ran into us yet. We
I don't know if
I'm
that
not
sounds
sure how to
positive.
interpret that.
Oh, you had mentioned you had never been treated this rudely before, and that reminds me that we've never
We're
met.
pretty rude.
Could you show us where you saw these come out from the sewers? Which exit specifically? We'd like to investigate and make sure that we don't need to expect
Oh
more.
my god.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Chat, this is too much. I can't.
Persuasion?
I
Yes.
can't.
Please.
Yeah, that's not how that works. As you're looking at this guy who's obviously insulted by the way you're talking to him, he shakes his head. I will not. You've done a great service.
How
and I
dare you.
Thank you once again for your service here and helping me out with that fight, but the guard will take care of this from now. You can be on your way.
Okay.
Which direction were they running from? We saw them.
You saw they were coming from the east.
So
just
towards
like-
us.
Tug
Yeah,
on
coming
his
from the
shoulder.
east towards
Yep.
Like, we
Okay.
just go ourselves.
Good day, sirs. Pleasure meeting all of you.
Yes, good day. What were you saying about what I have missed since I haven't been here, Viz?
Apparently, they're hiring new dumb guard. They don't respect the
I
people
heard
who
that.
helps. No, you didn't.
No,
Can
you
you tell
didn't.
that Fizz has been helping out with hanging out with Talia more often? Listen to him.
Seriously, the
He rolled
This
a natural
guy.
20 on his perception check. He heard that.
I cast suggestion. No, you didn't.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Shit, he rolled a 6 on his wisdom save.
No, I'm not kidding. I did that.
I did do that.
No, wait.
Go away.
Spell level.
Go away or I will taunt you a second time.
Well, I of course want to look into this. I don't like the Xanathar Guild, but I don't want to interfere with City Watch things. So I said we just continue shopping.
We're shopping?
Yeah, we're getting sweets for kids.
Oh, right.
Didn't you see the
Yes.
hazing that happened if we
No,
don't provide them with
yes.
snacks?
I get it. Yes.
While we're here, though, I need to buy a few other material components.
Oh, what do you need to get?
I need tin and rose petals.
Interesting.
Like a lot.
Alrighty. Like a lot, though. Alright, so as you vacate out of the area under the guidance of the guard here, him asking you very, not politely, to leave. Let them take care of this. You start continuing on down towards the market, taking your detour down Copper Street until you arrive at Trader's Way and the market itself. As you're moving forward, still mist and rain kind of limits your view a bit, but you're able to see that the market is bustling, despite the fact that the battle with some trolls happened a mere couple blocks away. You see most people haven't really noticed what's going on, and the market is going on as usual.
It's because we solved that in 6 seconds.
Pretty damn close, yeah.
Two rounds?
It was
The
2
loud-
rounds, it was
the
12
loud-
seconds, but
The loudest
10
thing was fireball,
it was a fireball that went off.
and maybe the guard screaming.
Fucking leave!
I meant when he got stabbed.
Also that. Sorry. Yeah, he got stabbed. Or bit. Or clawed something.
Both.
Yeah. Both.
When he got handled.
So looking around, do we see...
What did I miss? Why were the guards yelling at us?
was
Oh,
a dick.
we were really... This has been hanging out with Talia too much. We probably need to, like, work on that.
We bonded a lot during the balcony reconstruction.
God, it's
Things
almost like
happen
you're.
when you see him naked.
It's almost like you're
Bobby
married.
naked, He wanted to be like me.
Just wanted to be tough.
TUFF.
Alright, so you're going to go shopping in the market for sweets and such, and then material components as well?
Yes. Can we find candied bacon? I heard you mention like candied meat on a stick and sweets. I can combine both those into candied bacon.
Candied bacon is amazing.
I had this thing once. This really attractive lady, she cooked bananas wrapped in bacon for me, and they were so good. It was all candied, super sweet.
As you move into the market, you look around and you see the stalls are a bit different than what you've seen in the past. You see that there's all these manners of different Trolltide rather themed carts. You see that their wares include all of the different things you'd expect from all the things that were on this list here. You see some like candied apples and a couple of other fruits. You see salted meat stuck on sticks. You see everything from salted pork and beef and such on there. You do see some bacon that has some like sweet glaze over it. Probably what you're expecting from there. You see other little like sweets and candies that are being sold at a few carts. As you're looking through, you don't see in the market itself anywhere to buy any material components. Which makes sense because it's usually foods and confections and stuff are sold here. But yeah, plenty of places to get treats though, especially today.
That's the main focus. Let's get treats.
I think we just maybe get like an assortment of everything. That all looks really delicious. I don't see. I forgot. All I have was some cherries. I'm like, oh man.
I was looking at Grubhub. I'm like, is there anything open that can deliver? I'm so hungry.
I'm so happy my food descriptions make everybody hungry. Alright, so y'all are gonna
I don't know what a reasonable amount is to buy, so I'm gonna buy 20 gold worth.
That's a lot.
Various...
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
But like here around, they do like trick or treating at the malls where kids will go to like each of the things, and I can imagine so many people come there. And we're in a really nice part of town at the tavern, so I imagine a lot of people are gonna come by. If not, it sounds delicious, and I'm hungry, so we'll eat the leftovers.
The equivalent of what you're buying is if you went to Target or Walmart and bought $200 worth of candy.
I mean, yeah, we're the cool.
Okay.
Give out the king size.
We're the cool adults.
We give out the king size candy bars.
10 full-size candy bars to each kid.
Yeah, as you go through a couple of carts, you start offering just gold pieces, and they're like, it's copper. They're like, no gold. I'm like, okay. So the shopkeepers go through and they start trying to add up stuff. You see
What's
one
that Ron
shopkeep
Swanson
that has...
quote about all the bacon? It's that.
Yeah, I don't. Excuse me. I think you might have heard.
I think
that
you
one a
might
lot of
have
bacon.
misunderstood what I was saying here.
So you
I
see
literally
the
meant
guy
all
who's
the
like,
bacon.
All the bacon. You see the one selling like the salted meat and candy meat and stuff like that. He takes like the rack that's up on there for display and like sets it up and then piles all the meat into the little slots on sticks.
I'll take
and then
the rack
doubles
too.
it up a bit.
I'll
and
take
he
the
just
rack.
gives you the rack. He just hands it to you. He's like, so you can carry it, sir. Here, by all means.
Thank you.
You venture on, taking another 10
In the bag of
gold.
holding.
Taking another 10 gold. You go across to a couple of the different stands selling sweets and such, and they look over at you and kind of nod and say, yeah, we have lots of different things for you. And you say, okay, here's 10 gold. She's like, okay. Turns around and picks up a sack that's like behind the counter, and you just hear rustling of plastic and such as she lifts it up, moving it towards you and sets it up there. That'll buy this.
Great. I just want this to accurately show just Viz's inexperience of anything with life and have no idea how to do anything with money. It's
Before
like
we
I
had
don't.
no money, now we have a lot of money. I'm just like, sure, money, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, the
Like,
woman's looking over with a kind of like annoyed face at Viz, and then Viz starts digging through and pulling actual 10 gold pieces out, and she's like, I did not think you were serious.
Did I do
Okay.
something? Wait. I'm sorry.
No,
ma'am.
by all means, thank
Did
you
I do
so
something
much
wrong?
for doing business with
Wait.
me. Really.
Wait.
Go
Kids
down,
will
here,
eat
take
this,
your bag.
right?
Take your bag. Yes. Kids
Kids
love
eat
it.
this?
Yes, the best. The
Can I
best
buy
sweets
more?
anyone can find.
Viz,
Yes, you can buy more. I have another bag.
Viz, next time you question
Yes, another
if you're
10
no,
gold
no,
pieces.
no.
Yes, sir.
If next time if you question if you're spending too much money, look to me. I will tell you if you're spending too much money.
No, he's just wanting
No.
to entertain all the children. No, really.
Ignore her.
Sir.
Did you think of the dogs? Did you think of the dogs if people bring their dogs along?
Can dogs eat this? Does it have glycerin in it?
What's
I don't know. Maybe.
Kai's gonna look
Probably not. You'll
over.
be fine.
Kai's gonna look over to Risk and just kind of shake his head and say, "I can't save these people. Can't do it. I'm trying, but they're not listening."
Talia has the biggest smirk on her face, trying to push Viz into buying more.
Buy more.
I really
the
want the
amount
kids
of stuff
to be
that
happy.
we're buying.
I
I'm
feel
gonna go
like
ahead.
if I displease the kids and they hurt the house, then I'm worried the ghost will kill them, and that's just a really big concern in my mind.
Yeah, because then he might kill you too.
No, he won't kill me, but I'm worried he might hunt down children and hurt them and scare them. I don't want those children to be terrified. I want to be good at Trolltide.
It builds character.
You stack things on shots.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's this floating
Red-
disc
red-
of like force
Red
energy.
Red
that
Rider
just
wagon.
blue hue to it, just starts floating and kind of bobbing, and it steadies itself. You all start piling one bag. The woman, are you sure, sir? I do have another bag. I'm more than willing to sell to you. You're such a good customer.
No, I'm okay. Thank you, though.
I will give you a discount. 8 gold pieces. 8 gold pieces, sir. You won't find better
That
prices
seems like a
than
really
that.
good deal.
It is. It's
Kai?
the best. You're practically
Is that a good
stealing
deal?
from me.
She says I'm stealing from. I can't steal from you. No, thank you. I'm so
I'm not
sorry.
stealing. It's an expression, my friend. An expression. Really. It's a really good deal.
Kai, is this going to be enough? How much do
Kai's
kids
not
eat?
looking at you. He's ignoring you.
I'm going to look around. Are there any children nearby?
Yeah, there's a few running around. Yeah.
Children, how much food do you eat?
How much food do you eat?
A couple of them are like
Jesus
looking
Christ.
over and they're like eating some of the meat and licking like lollipops and stuff.
I feel like they would eat as much as
they didn't
Jot.
run off.
There was one time we had
Wow.
to remind her. She spent an entire week in the attic working, and we had to ask her if she'd eaten.
Yeah, I skipped a lot of meals. I got distracted.
Okay, no, man, we're good. Thank you so much, though.
Very well. Thank you for your for your patronage, sir. Really.
Thank you for service.
She's real excited. Sorry.
Trollskull Tavern. Don't
yes,
forget.
yes, of course. I will remember that. Have a good day.
Stickers, and we can just like graffiti tag with stickers. Come see us.
If this food is good, though, maybe we could work out a deal, and she could like come sell like candied meat to people waiting in line to get into the
We're
club.
never going to hear from this individual ever
We have a
again.
candied meat and nut butter.
I tried
Not
some of the
cheese.
stuff we
There is
just
nut
want.
butter.
See how good it is.
It's
I feel like for 10 gold piece, the fact that I just got like a
It's really
kebab
Yeah.
Really
rotisserie meat display kind of thing, I feel like that's a pretty good deal. Like we now
you
have
just got a rack to store meat. Like you can reuse this some bitch. It's
Yeah,
good.
I imagine like the things you see rotisserie chickens on, like entire thing. Like we got this whole display unit for meat and stuff. Like we can use this. This is an investment. This is a tax write-off.
Smart. Very smart. Very smart.
All
Always
right, so
thinking
you
about
have
business.
all manner of treats in bags and bags of holding stacked up on this floating disc that Jot has summoned that'll last for an hour. What would y'all like to do now?
I just need to find powdered tin and rose petals.
I have so many questions. What are the rose petals for?
You feel that you'll probably
Wait,
have to head down
tonight.
to the trades ward for that.
All right, I just want to.
I thought they were
Zip.
spell rose. I'm sorry, I asked.
They're for something I'm making for tonight.
I don't want to ask any more questions now.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
gonna zip on down to the trade ward. If their thing if the disc only lasted an hour, I don't want to make them run on
I
my
can
tangent.
redo it. It's fine. I can do it as many times as I want.
Okay, let's go to the trades ward. I'll be super fast.
Okay.
Okay. It'll take you about 20 minutes to get down to the trades ward, then probably 30 minutes to get back home. So if you're very quick and don't spend a lot of time finagling and bartering rather, you probably can make it back before the floating disc goes out. Is that what you want to do, or do you want to barter?
No, just
Okay.
powdered tin and rose petals.
All right.
Red rose
is there,
petals.
is there a gold amount set on that? Is it spell components or is it stuff?
It's not a spell.
Okay.
But I need
Rose
as
petal,
I need as much powdered tin as I can get.
powdered tin,
Yeah.
as in
So it doesn't
metal.
chafe.
Yeah, as in metal, yeah.
Okay. Man, you're making me flex my brain tonight. Tin and flower. Flower petals will be pretty easy to get a hold of. Pretty common kind of thing to get a hold of. You go to apothecaries and such, and they'll have roses.
And maybe our neighbor has it as well.
Good, but you went to the trades ward. So,
Okay.
getting there, you'll be able to acquire all that at the selling price. I mean, you say as much. Are you looking for like a pound of tin dust? Are you looking for
Sure, a pound sounds
10
great.
pounds? Pound? Okay. So a pound of tin dust. You have to go to the forge and you find that they have some stuff that's been grinded off there and they kind of have pile on the ground. They're like, sure. Dwarf kind of sweeps it up off the stone floor and piles it into a bag. Here, silver piece, and gives it to you for a silver there. The rose petals, you stop by an apothecary very quickly going in. You say, looking for rose
A
petals.
pound would also be great.
She looks at you and says, I do not have a pound worth of rose petals, unfortunately. I do have a bouquet of roses. That would be 40 or 50 petals, if you would like to buy the bouquet.
Yeah, just give me all the roses, and I'll pluck the petals.
Very well. All right, she says, a silver piece for the bouquet.
Perfect,
And
thank
hands
you.
you all the roses. She's not taking the rose petals off.
Yeah, I'll pluck them as we walk back.
All right, so as you start venturing
Actually,
back
I'm
from the
not
trade zone-
really
Jesus
plucking them.
Christ.
I'm just pulling the bud off and crushing them into a bag.
All right.
I'm gonna
so as
take
you're all walking-
a mortar and pestle to it later.
Okay. Walking back, you see Viz has got this like bag over his shoulder that's kind of heavy, a pound of just solid tin dust, kind of wrapping against his back. He's sitting there with his other hand, kind of crushing and pulling petals off and shoving them into the bag of roses from this bouquet.
I'm throwing rose stems off in random
on the
directions.
Some people are staring at you, kind of walking by doing this, and they're like, the fuck is going on here? Whatever. Moving on. Eventually, about almost an hour passes, and you arrive back at Trollskull Alley. During this entire process, you are accosted. And I do not use that word incorrectly.
Oh.
We're attacked?
Two times, yes. You are accosted and attacked by children. 2 times on your way back, as they demand that you adults give them sweets.
Oh,
No.
What do you think?
Fuck off.
I give them just handfuls of meat,
Guys, like
kebabs.
Guys, like, no, fuck off. Get your own.
Go get it.
So you're giving them a shit ton of sweets and meat and stuff like that? Okay.
Yeah.
As you're traveling back, you were in the beginning of the North Ward when you were accosted a couple times. Apparently word got out, and it takes you much longer to get back. Tensor's disc will have to be recasted because this does take over an hour. 3 more groups of children do come up to accost you. Apparently word got out that you were very generous with your sweets.
We were that house on the block that gave out the full candy bars.
Never mind.
This
Can we
is
brand
fault.
the meat with our
Trollskull.
yeah,
Come see us.
and so
Actually,
it's
don't
advertise.
get your parents to come see us when they're tired of you.
Yeah, y'all could be repping your tavern.
Yeah.
Telling the kids, like, yeah, sure, give us.
Yeah, these are urchins that will come work for us later.
Sure, you have sweets? Cool. Otherwise, we know where you live.
Trollskull Tavern. It's the best
Uh-huh.
tavern.
We know where you
Oh,
live.
Believe
That's
me, we'll tell
not.
everyone about it.
That's not terrifying at all. We know where you live.
We'll tell everyone about it. Yes.
Bring your parents.
Sure.
You have parents, right?
Take off running. These dirty little kids that are obviously urchins, probably don't have parents, but hey, they're running off to go tell their friends. You
Oof.
eventually arrive back at Trollskull Manor, moving inside,
Shit.
the floating disc kind of hovering through the door and then stopping as you all start trying to unpack everything you've bought. Getting ready for the influx of children that you're sure to probably be coming to your manor at this point after the display you had recently. But before we say anything else, let's go ahead and take our 5-minute break. Everybody get your refreshments and such, and go to the bathroom, as I need to do. And we will return here in a few minutes.
Cool.
Alright, chat. So you heard him. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break. When we get back, we're going to continue our story and figure out what exactly is about to happen as we get ready to head into the Undermountain here. So don't go anywhere. 5 minutes, we'll be back, and we'll get back into our story.
So we started waving frantically.
Yeah, that was
you thought
literally
we were-
like, I was like, wait,
You thought we
hold
were
on.
fucking with you?
Yeah, I did. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, these assholes, what are they doing? Hold on.
He didn't have the concentration that I did when all y'all were fucking around during my recap.
Really, we were just trying to get you to break, and you were
Yeah.
just, you held it, man.
You held it.
I'm real good at that. All right, so getting back into the session, you find yourselves getting back into Trollskull Manor with your, goods and sweets and such in tow. It's still a little bit after lunch at this point. Probably approaching 3 to 4 bells in the afternoon. What do you want to do? Oh, as you're walking in, you do see one of your hired employees that's been helping to manage and keep Trollskull Tavern open and running. Sidon McKinnon is present. You see him kind of looking over at Liff and seems to be having a discussion with him. And as you all start walking in the front door, he looks over and kind of raises a hand up. Hey, how y'all doing? Hope you're enjoying Trolltad. Just having a discussion with Liff here. Doesn't like what's on the menu tonight, apparently, but we'll get it figured out. Don't worry about that. Goes back and talks to Liv. You hear him say, no, it's fine. Everybody likes the beef that I cook. I don't understand why you think they don't. See Liv animated, scribbling on a parchment in front of him and everything, going back and forth.
He's just mad you serve ketchup with it.
I mean,
I do not serve ketchup on my steaks, sir.
What time is it? Alright.
It's about 4
mid-afternoon,
o'clock.
I think, yeah. We should probably.
What time does it start getting dark?
In springtime, it's about eight bells or so in the
Is
afternoon.
Faerun on a 24-hour-a-day schedule?
Yes. For
Okay.
fucking simplicity's sake, yes.
I'm going to use my glamored armor to change my clothes. I want all black and a really big black billowy cloak. And I'm also going to adopt the persona of Avisnath. And I'm going to make myself a little taller. And I want to make my fingers a little longer. I want to have long nails. I am going to mess with children tonight.
Oh no!
I want to have fangs a little bit. I want the horns to be a little craggly.
Okay.
And I want to look at myself in the mirror, see how it looks, and then go back to me.
Yeah, you look mildly terrifying. You kind of scare yourself a little bit, but yeah.
Hey, Jot, can I go through your workshop to get to the roof?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm going to take my tin and my rose petals, and I'm going to go up to the roof.
So many questions about this that I don't know if I want to answer.
Havoc, while we were in the market and I was, busy fixing my goddamn contacts, can we say that I bought a disguise kit?
Yeah, you would have been able to find basic adventuring gear out there. So yeah,
Okay.
you could have paid
That's
20 gold, if I remember right.
yeah, okay.
25, something like that.
I was gonna say 20.
think
I think
whatever the going rate is, rather. Disguise kit.
Going
It's either 20 or
right.
25. The going right though.
I have one. I know how to use
25
it.
gold. Yeah.
Do you want me to use it on you?
Yes, please. Was it a one-time use thing? No?
Why-
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, you could probably buy stuff that would be like a one-time use, and then I assume my disguise kit is like spirit gum and makeup and
25.
like a fake chin and a big nose and just like random stuff like that. But
Got
There's
everything
no
a person would
uses
need.
of it or anything like that. It just works.
What's
it lasts a appropriate amount of time.
What's the
Risk, I
skill?
wouldn't say I'm an expert. I'm like proficient with it, I guess.
Can you make me look scary? Like you just made yourself look?
Yeah, I mean, I can do some stuff. Do I have? Hold on. How long do you want to look the way you want to look?
Just for the evening.
Oh yeah,
Until
we
we-
can do. I can do something.
Awesome.
All right. With the disguise kit that you're proficient with, go ahead and give me a performance check. You'll be able to add your proficiency bonus to that because you are proficient with them.
Come on, Viz, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
This is applying the
So,
makeup.
do you want me to
Yes.
make a disguise kit check or performance check?
Disguise kit check using your charisma should
Which is
do
a
it
base
right in roll
negative
20.
performance,
Yeah, should be the same thing.
Oh!
Okay. All right.
Chris, you look really scary. Definitely.
Well
He
done.
does actually
Terrifying.
looks terrifying. You see the makeup is done really badly. There's too much smudges in some spots where you try to give him this pale, kind of undead look. But there's like blotches of white here and there. He looks a bit more in the face with like a Dalmatian than anything else.
So I'd like to step back a little bit, look at that, see that looks terrible. Can I try again? And just use another use of my disguise kit?
Sure, yeah.
Son of a bitch!
Do you have performance anxiety? You know, the rose petals, this powder. Are you okay?
Do you need a little guidance, my friend?
Sure, I'd love some guidance. I don't understand. I have this thing. I know how to use it. I'm just terrible with it.
Maybe it's me. Maybe
Kai's-
it's me.
Kai's going to take a deep breath, place his hand on the back of Viz, and cast guidance.
You got this, Viz. Are you
see
inspired?
You got-
Viz gives
you've
it
got
a
it,
second
buddy.
time. he moves in and kind of starts splashing in. You see that he's going for like a menacing clown kind of look, but he looks kind of nice, teardrops
Ronald
under the eyes and
McDonald?
such. Kind of looks a little bit sad and such. Not very scary, unfortunately. If you'd like to do another check, you can use a third use.
Okay.
With your guidance as well, which is D4.
D4.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Kai. Really, your input
Apparently-
really made this way better. I was really able to like extend the shadowy eyes, and I was really able to define the cheekbones in
You
here.
were
and I
able
was
to focus.
really get a good
No, we
blend
get
here.
it. We understand. Yes,
Thank
we
you.
get it.
Someone
that's
was just
when-
standing in your light.
I look in the mirror and I look like Talia. That's the thing that Vince is most afraid of, right?
As Viz goes back in a third time, Risk just kind of sitting there like, what's going on? Not really understanding why Viz keeps coming back and using the disguise kit over and over again. With some guidance from Kai, kind of giving some pointers and such, like, no, you need to move it down. You make him look scary, not adorable. It takes a few more minutes, and Viz is finally able to go through, and as you look in the mirror, Risk, you see your eyes are sunken in, your face is a bit ghostly pale. There's like trails of red going down your lips. It makes it look like you're leaking blood and such. You look, especially with the accent of your innate scars, it looks pretty terrifying.
I'm sorry that took so long. I haven't had to use this. I've just relied on my native abilities for so long that I haven't had to disguise someone else.
Well, I'm glad you had the opportunity to practice. I think it came out quite well.
Is it dark now?
Charge.
Is it dark now? That took like
4
5
hours later. That took about an hour or so. It's not quite dark yet.
After that, I'm going to take a few buckets of water and add them to the roof with my tin and my rose petals.
Okay. Yeah, fresh water is easy to acquire from some of the barrels that you have here. No freshwater source at the tavern, unfortunately, but yeah. So you have 10 rose petals and water on the roof of the manor.
And then I'm also gonna secure a rope to the roof so that I can rappel down later.
Okay.
If you do something to hurt my workshop, I will murder you. Just
No, I'm on the
FYI.
roof now.
It's kind
I'm
of
just
like the
going
side
to
ladder up to the roof.
Yeah, I'm just gonna swing down later and go terrify people.
All right. So as Viz is doing all this, it's going to take a substantial amount of time to prepare all this. What's everybody else doing?
How much?
Go ahead.
How much would it cost to have a well put in?
There's not just automatically gonna be water beneath us. That's not how wells work.
There's a source beneath us.
You could
That's
probably
not
get
really
one
what you wanna tap
installed for
into.
40
Put
or
into the
50 gold
sewers?
pieces.
A well for 40 or 50 gold pieces?
Wait, is there fresh
So-
water beneath us?
Not near you, no. There would have
No.
to be a connection made and line through the
So
sewer.
we're getting plumbing, not a well.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, shit. 40 or 50 gold pieces? Why didn't we already do this?
That's a reasonable expense. It's
Can
this,
I
new,
look?
it's this newfound technology.
Did you guys not notice the fully furnished library that I have paid for?
Oh, that's actually, I didn't. When Havoc told us to look around the map, I actually didn't.
There is a fully furnished library complete with hundreds of books that we can explore any topic we want.
There's a hammock.
Mm-hmm.
Reading nook, yes.
That's
Mhm.
dope.
You're welcome for the hammock.
I know how to read now.
I know how to read because I have that.
Did you see
Thing now.
Talia's seashell bed?
And my porch.
That's
Look
what
at the
that
water.
Oh, wow.
It's not loading.
Oh,
Oh,
chat.
wait, the water's
Went
animated.
away.
You need to look
Havoc's
it
the
up.
best.
That's why I said look at the map, you fucks.
It's
so
an
cool
infinity
now.
pool, man.
That's fuck.
All right, I've got to
Yep. Super
load
cool.
a new
Did you see
version
the
here.
door
1 second,
to-
please.
Risk's room
Yes,
from the hallway.
sorry. I'm
So he doesn't have to
sorry.
go through Kai's room every time?
I still do.
Every time.
Why not?
Oh, that's not beer.
Can we label the library?
Library.
We have like hall and den.
It's pronounced library, actually.
Library.
Book place.
Man, next session we're just gonna wake up in Undermountain. What the
Yeah,
fuck happened?
The book storage room.
I am gonna go talk to Sidon.
Oh, hey there, little miss.
Kind of-
How are you doing today? Is everything going right here on Trolltide?
Fine. It's great. I just wanted to give you like a heads up that I think that we're probably going to at some point
Sorry, chat.
in the next week-ish. Who knows, really?
Roll 20 is not being
Um,
very cooperative tonight.
Like head out for a little bit, and so just want to make sure that you're like squared away on keeping taking care of Trollskull and everything, and if you feel
Of
like
course,
there's-
you all pay me good money to manage and cook for this establishment here you have here, and I hope that I've been doing a decent job for you. Business has been good. You made a decent profit, which you will roll for later, by the way. But yeah, I have no issues with that. If you have any concerns, please just let me know.
No, I
I'm
just
happy
wanted
to
to just
correct
kinda-
anything.
yeah, give you a heads up and stuff, so I didn't catch you off guard or anything.
I hope everything's all right. If it's
Oh no,
extended
it's we're
stay.
just gonna go like do some stuff. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, ask any question if you don't want me to. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, I
I'll
mean-
take care of the manor.
Okay, great, cool. Just wanted to just like check in with you. Everybody
Alright.
doing well? Employees happy? You know, any
For the most part, yeah.
Huh?
We don't have too much trouble here. There's some
Okay.
unsavory types that show up every once in a while, but we take care of them. The ladies are a bit forceful sometimes, but it's a good strong hand that's needed.
Excellent.
I think y'all made a good choice when you picked them out.
Wonderful. Good. Okay. Well, that's all. Have a good day.
All right. Oh, you too. Turns around, and goes back to the kitchen.
How are we? Like, how long do you think we'll be down in Undermountain, you guys? Like, should we pay everyone?
We can come back up. Once we're down there, we can come back up. We don't have to stay down there. This isn't like a one-way road.
I don't really know how it works. I've never been down there.
From my understanding is we can go down there and we can come back up and we can go back down and pick up where we were, and if we have to continue deeper. Because it's not like once people go into Undermountain, they go all the way through and then come back. Sometimes people give up and they head back, and
True.
sometimes they lose a party member and they return back up.
Oh god,
But,
everyone dies. That's terrifying. What if someone dies?
They're not gonna die. And if they do, I'll bring them back. It's fine. Maybe they'll be my minion.
That's
Wait.
worse. That's way worse. Nope. That's worse.
Had me going there in the first half.
Yeah.
They had us in the first half, but
All right. Well, I don't have anything else I want to do.
All right. So as you're sitting around kind of waiting and such, a couple hours roll by, heading into the evening hours. The sky begins to darken a bit, and you see the front doors are open wide. The cool air of the spring day is led into the tavern as the rest of your other two employees show up. And people start showing up. You're able to tell that despite you having your own adventures and such, there are quite a few regulars that show up to the tavern quite often. Some people you know from Trollskull Alley itself, the other shop owners and business owners and people that live around the area do show up quite often to have a drink or dinner and such. You see the two barmaids you have, Windred. Once I unhide their tokens, give me 1 second. There we go.
Hey.
Windred Duststone and Avery Hillis show up a little bit after Sidon. Sidon being the kind of guy y'all trusted to be the manager as well as the cook here. The other two managing the bar as well as going or managing the alcohol sales as well as serving the customers and such. Trading off as they do, they start taking over as they always do, taking care of this business, pretty much cutting you out of it unless you decide to participate. A decent crowd shows up. You see there's a lot more younger people in the audience here. At least a couple dozen worth of children do show up in the first couple evening hours, claiming to know that there is quite a bit of candy here. Viz, from your perch on top of the roof, you do see them coming. Some of their parents slowly following behind them. A few of them dressed kind of very nobly. You expect them to be from the North Ward, but they're definitely letting their kids run down into the courtyard in front of the tavern.
I am looking for the group of kids that are pretty much too old to be out on Trolltide. The ones who are just kind of jerks, right? They're going around just for the candy. They're a little old. They should know better. They're taking too much candy from the younger kids. I'm looking for a pack of tweens, basically.
Tweens.
Queens. Okay. You see after the first 15 minutes when people start showing up, it kind of comes in waves. You see a lot of littler kids, probably 5 to 9 years old or so, accompanied by their parents moving up, and they ask for treats inside, kind of biding your time, waiting, perched onto the rooftop like a silent night defender of the tavern itself. As you watch down, you do see a group of people. You see a group of kids that are a bit older, probably in their early teens and such, maybe a little bit younger, all in a group. You see no parents and such. You see these masks with green paint kind of splashed around them. Not really well done. They kind of didn't really take time in making their mask and such, and they have nothing else. They have regular street clothes on as well with their masks. They didn't take time on their costumes. They're seeming to fit the bill of what you're looking for.
Okay, perfect. So, again, the bases are Visnoth, but then we go way more tiefling. We go fangs, we go spiraling out horns, taller, lankier. I'm going to get to the lower roof, and with a bucket of water, I want to take the tin and mix it into the water, which is going to make it a deep red crimson color.
Okay.
I'm then going to listen to how they act inside. And when they pass, I'm going to start to stalk them, trailing them.
All right. Make a stealth check. I'll give you advantage on your checks because you've been preparing. Okay, you don't need it. All right. Yeah, you're slinking through the shadows. The night is beginning to draw closer. It's not quite nighttime. There are still some torches lit and such kind of going through, but you move through the plants of the garden in front of there. As well as moving along the side of the stairwell leading up to the front patio, kind of waiting there for such and listening in. You're fairly certain you're very well hidden.
As they start to go down an alley that's less populated or any sort of street where they're the only ones, I want to kick some stones or knock over something and have them turn around. And I want to try and instill some fear and panic into them.
Okay. Make a performance check with advantage. Okay.
And if I can get their attention, where they at least turn around, I want to use just like project my voice and.
Okay. Give me one more performance check with advantage.
And use minor illusion if I need it.
Okay.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. So as you're stalking behind these tweens, as you called them, moving down an alley, you see them moving out of Trollskull, given by people inside of it. Excuse me. A mountain full of candy and sweets and salted meat and such. They're kind of combing over their loot that they got from it, opening their bags and pulling out a few things to eat right there. They're kind of grouped up at the edge of this alley just inside the entryway, and you stalk around the corner. You see a small pebble down by your foot. And find a small rock next to it. You kick the pebble over into it and it clinks, clack, 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 off the wall. And then you quickly throw the pebble over their heads as their eyes dart back behind them, kind of confused. And then behind them, they immediately reverse back around, quickly turn as a clank of the rock hits a tin can behind them. They're turning around. What was that? What's going on? Gerald, are you playing pranks on us again? And they're looking around very confused.
Kai's going to raise his hand and back behind all of them use thaumaturgy to make the sound of like a zombie or something walking closer and closer towards them.
Okay. So as the projected voice from Viz begins to cackle and laugh, echoing from the back side of the alley where the sound of the rock, they're turning around to look towards it. They hear this ominous laugh, just and then they all hear the same sound or a different sound coming from it, and this scraping noise begins to happen. Hearing of something at the backside. You see all of this group of 5 children beginning to slowly start backing towards the mouth of the alley.
You disrespect the honor of Trolltide. You disgrace my holiday with your actions. Now I want to kind of step out in front of them as menacingly as I can. I don't want to have the bucket on me right now.
Okay.
Why do you act this way?
As you step out of the alley and into the mouth of it where they're backing up, one of the kids backs up into you. You see a small girl with this bright red hair shining out from underneath her mask. Looks up towards you. She immediately staggers back, falling onto her butt as she looks up to you. We just wanted candy, sir. Please don't hurt us.
Candy is for children and those who believe in the spirit of Trolltide.
Back behind them, the sound of zombies get a bit louder, and then they start to hear the sound of what they think are skeletons with swords starting to withdraw their swords and come closer.
All
So
right.
I want to use
Viz,
minor
intimidation
illusion.
check. With advantage.
I'll-
Kai, performance check.
Performance, all right.
Minor illusion to do what?
I want like a kind of reddish, flamey glow, kind of outlining me, and the eyes to go really kind of red and bright.
All right, so as sounds begin to pick up at the back of the alley once again from Kai casting spells, you see the children are all start to move back into the alley because they see this just giant, lanky-looking tiefling figure, looking more demonic by the second from this fiery glow emanating from behind him. They're backing away and saying, you hear multiple voices going, we do respect it. We promise, sir. We just wanted candy. We don't even play that many pranks. Not as many as the younger ones do.
Going to outstretch my hands. I'm going to cast Mage Hand to pick up the bucket with one hand, but mirror the motion with both. You will respect the spirit of Trolltide. You will fear. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You will fear the spirit of Trolltide, and you will face the Crimson Tide. And I'm going to throw the bucket of water mixed with the tin that's going to dye all their clothes red, and I'm going to throw it at them. And I'm going to shout, Trolltide!
As he does this, I'm going to use thaumaturgy to close. I'm going to use thaumaturgy to close all of the shutters around Trollskull Manor, so it's completely blacked out and they can't see anything inside.
Entire setup was
And I'm going to, as the Crimson Tide rushes down the alleyway.
God.
Yep. Okay. We'll make you a roll for that because you got me. You got me good. All right.
For this.
So much. As this scene unfurls, this red water just crimsonly tainting all of these poor children that are trapped and surrounded, cut off from running away. This water splashes over them. You see them looking down at their hands and their
Holy
clothes.
shit.
Their masks now turn this greenish red. Their clothes.
And hopefully
that were
they think
just-
it's blood.
Yeah, no, they're freaking the fuck out. As they see everything just tainted red, looking down at it, it's like, they scream, just echoes of scream going up and down, just which is unusual for Trolltide because usually it's not about scaring people. But hey, the kids immediately
time
just
it
start
is.
screaming. They run into each other, bouncing off one another, and then immediately start dodging past Viz with his arms stretched out wide. The pail bucket kind of still kind of hanging on his finger, swinging back and forth. They don't even notice it as they run by. Whatever. They don't care. They don't see it. They're freaking the hell out and just start dashing out. You see as they enter into the torchlight outside the alley, they are just red. From head to toe, some of the black hair is just this crimson color. The lighter colors are this kind of bright red from the tin water that you splashed on them. They are freaking out and dashing away from Trollskull Manor.
And go back to Viz and be like, Kai, that was so nice that you closed all the shutters and stuff. I didn't even think about getting stains inside people's homes. Thank you for that.
Okay, no.
Oh, this is so much fun. I love this holiday.
This episode brought to you by the University of Alabama.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Roll Tide.
Roll
Such.
The views of Steve do not necessarily represent the views of the channel.
Thank you. Yes.
Hook 'em and such.
To set up a roll time.
That was... Yeah. I can respect that. I hate it, but I respect it.
I was like, how am I going to get a Crimson Tide anywhere in this episode of Troll Tide?
There it is, right there.
I went and looked
Right
up
in
like
front of
what
me.
they used for ancient red dye, like how like Romans dyed their stuff red. And it was like,
Motherfucker, research this shit.
well, I needed to be like, hey, I need some components, and you're like, sure. I'm like, tin and rose petals. You're like, that's reasonable to accept. That's a spell component. You let me buy a pound of that shit. I was like,
I knew something
Nice!
was up whenever I asked you. I'm like, it's spell components? Like, it's stuff. I'm like,
Sure.
okay, he's planning something fucky. Like, I don't know what it is, but something fucky is about to happen. Viz, go ahead and take 2 Havoc bucks for that setup.
oh, I thought you were gonna like, yeah, give me like 10 psychic damage or something.
I want to. I believe I
Just
do.
10 psychic damage.
You can have...
I want to throw up.
Yeah. No, I have to rule. Like, I did
No,
not
I
see
hear
it.
you.
I can
It was
usually
fucking-
guess what the hell people are trying
Yeah.
to do before they do it. I'm pretty damn smart when it comes to that shit. I had no idea.
I had
completely got
forgotten
blindsided
that
by
10
that.
does that until you said it. I was like,
I had no
blood.
idea. It's like, oh,
I
blood.
guess
Oh,
if
he's gonna scare them.
One lipstick. Is it great?
All
All
right.
right. Makeup?
Depending
So you
on what
can
happens
have Havoc
next,
on that.
I might go fuck with more children later just to terrorize them. I just love the idea of this, like, people like, did you know about the Trollskull spirit? the Troll Tide spirit? Like, it's back. I saw it. No, you didn't. I did. It was 8 feet tall with horns and it threw blood at me.
So as you return back to the tavern, you see the rest of your party as Viz and Kai return back, kind of chuckling amongst themselves. Viz returning a bit more to his normal form. You see the others sitting around, and you see one small child is talking to Jot at this point. And, you know, kind of talking with her as she's talking about different things and everything. And the little child, as you walk in, you catch a bit of their conversation. She's looking up at Jot and saying, "Yeah, me mom said that well, Troll Tide, it's all celebrated because of the trolls that attacked Waterdeep some time ago. So they made a holiday about it, but it got weird up there or something, and now it's all about children and pranks and such." And this child's like 6.
I swear, if you scare this children, I will kill you.
Yeah, she's just basically explaining that Troll Tide was because of trolls. But
But
anyway,
also, it's Halloween, so fuck
It is.
all
Yes.
kind of Halloween, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna scare
All right.
children. They're the ones meant for the holiday. It's those damn teenagers that show up at my house at
Damn
11 p.m.
teenagers.
when the lights are
Get off
not
my
on
lawn.
All right, so with the evening setting in fully, the tavern is bustling with enough people. It's not overcrowded like it has been in the past, but it's moderately, decent business.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me it's not overcrowded on Troll Tide in Trollskull Manor? Come on.
No,
Come
it's not.
on.
People are out. They're out and about, like
Come
they're not
on.
drinking. No, it's not crowded. Not on this one. Maybe another one. So it's heading into the evening hours. We'll say, for the sake of brevity, that Viz does take another pail out there and catches another group of tweens off guard, absolutely terrifying them, especially with Kai being in on it now, able to accent the performance. Yeah, hell for Kai jumping in, you can get 1 Havoc buck for that too.
All right.
Just go ahead and throw it out there so you jumped in on the fun.
All right.
So
Jot
moving
spends
into
her
the
time
evening hours now.
giving nice children treats and just like really pleasant and like, oh, here, have a little snack. Yeah.
You're not jumping on it too. Like you catch the tweens coming in, like, "Hey, give me candy." You're like sending a message.
Well, yeah, I don't
doing a
give them until
sending
after
spell
they
to
leave
Viz.
our place.
Hey, there's some coming out now. Get them.
I see them coming now. Target acquired.
Shenanigans and such you are able to have. Is there anything else you would like to do with the evening, shenanigans aside?
Attack Viz. Is that an option?
It's PvP.
You can try.
accepted.
He's a slippery one, that one.
Slippery.
Alright, so deciding to spend the evening here and just go to bed afterwards?
Just hang out, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kai's probably gonna spend the evening doing his normal rituals, his prayers and things of that nature.
Oh, wait, I do have something for Kai.
Oh, okay.
Do tell.
Do tell.
Kai, I made you something.
You
I'm
made
gonna
me
pull out
something?
this wooden box. Like, yeah, after your mechanical quill for me, it was really lovely, and I wanted to give you a gift that I thought would be better. And I don't really fully understand your religion, the Blood of Vol, but I know sometimes it involves self-sacrifice from you, and I've seen you with those injuries. And so I made you these, and I'm going to present you with 3 bandages. These bandages will last for 2 days, and if you wrap them around your wound, it'll actually assume an illusion and look just like your normal thing. So people won't know that you have a bandage on, so that if you are hurt somewhere, people won't necessarily see the wound, and they won't see it as like a weakness or something like that. And then you can still do the rites of your religious needs or whatever, but this way you don't have to go around with a big bandage on your hand or whatever. But I thought it'd be something that might help.
Kai will kind of look at them and taking a bit of a deep breath and kind of close his eyes and say, all right, thank you, Viz. This is incredible. I wouldn't have expected something like this, but I appreciate it. I do. Thank you.
Of course. Again, if it's against your beliefs
No.
to hide the wound or something,
No, it's not.
I know it's important to you, and it seems like whenever this happens, you seem really tired, and so I feel like you're not sleeping really well, and if you're already tired in a state, I'd hate for you to be showing like a sign of weakness or something like that. So hopefully this helps.
And he kind of nods and says, no, it's not a sign of weakness, just sometimes it's a bit more draining than we would like. But thank you. I appreciate this. I do. And kind of reaches out and does like the bro kind of like grabbing onto like the forearm, like for a handshake. Kind of, yeah. And kind of pulls him in close and thanks him and takes the bandages and, takes them with him as he kind of makes his way upstairs.
Okay. So with that given over, I need one person. So y'all decide who it's going to be, then roll. I want one person to roll me 1d100, please.
You don't want it to be me.
I'll do it.
Do it. Oh God.
Oh, what is that? Hold on. What is that? 1DF? Hold on.
Alright, 0. Got it.
No.
No, that's not a roll. That's
CK,
not
roll it.
that's not a possibility. CK roll. Thank you.
Roll 1d fuck.
Alright.
0 fucks given. Perfect.
Oh shit.
Alright, so as you're all finishing up the evening and such, once again, a decent crowd showing up for the tavern itself. Kids going through. No kid is left unsatisfied. You actually have a little bit of candy and salted meat and such, and candied meat left over after everyone goes through, despite the fact that you let word get out that you had lots of it here. But y'all bought a lot. As you're all moving upstairs, heading to bed, you hear a voice or a knock on the door of the outside staircase leading up to the second floor. One of you goes over to open the door, and you see Saddam McKinnon standing there at the door. And he kind of looks over to you, nodding his head. He says, but before you all head to bed, I just wanted to let you know, y'all have been in and out a lot, so I didn't want to bother you with business, but we've had a pretty substantially profitable time here at the manor, or at the tavern, rather. And he holds up a bag of gold. He says, after everything's been paid, wages and such, and tips have been given out and everything, we're all taken care of and everything, but we have this still left over, just pure profit. To you, the owners and everything, hands you a bag of 65 gold.
Ooh. 65
So
gold.
Who specifically is he handing that to?
Whoever answers the door.
That kind of is important.
Who is gonna steal the gold from everyone else?
Everybody roll d20s. Highest answers the door.
Ooh. Ooh. Kai!
Well,
Come on, Kai!
Or...
Oh,
3.
Yep, it is.
All right, 9. Yeah, Kai is the one that answers the door. Sadan talking to him.
All right, hold on.
Welcome back, by the way. But yeah, here's the profit from your business venture and such. Once again, don't worry about tips or anything like that. It's all been taken care of. This is your pure profit from your business, and hands you 65 gold.
Okay.
All right. So there you go. There's your profit from your business. The tavern
65
here.
profit. Got it.
Was
That's
that for
your
the
last-
week or 10
That's
days?
your last 10 days.
Okay.
So what you rolled got a plus 30 for the days added to it. That got you up to the table to the highest. So all of your business expenses have been covered. Everything for stocking up on food and such has already been taken care of. No costs out of pocket are coming to you. You get pure profit of essentially like $650 in real life, which is pretty decent for just pure profit.
Cool.
So we can get
That-
plumbing now?
Sure. So with that, Sadan, bid you all good night and such, and you all, talk amongst each other for a few more minutes, check on your dogs and such. I imagine Kai's eager to see his puppy that he hasn't seen in a month.
Oh, little Mariel. I haven't seen her in forever. Well,
Forgot about you.
We definitely fed her every
Oh.
day. for-
Mariel certainly hasn't went without her food.
Certainly.
Certainly.
All right, and with that, all of you decide to turn in for the evening, getting the benefits of a long rest for those of you that need it. Getting spell slots back and HP if you lost any. I don't think anybody did. And we will go ahead and resume to the next morning. So you all wake up the next morning, bright and early, not going to bed too late. It was probably 11 or 12 bells by the time you went to bed. So you wake up the next morning, preparing and getting ready, and then heading downstairs to the tavern area. All of your heaps are gone. So zoom in, I'll remove them. So you all find yourself back in the tavern area. What do you want to do?
Kai will let the party know that he received 65 gold for what was it, 3 weeks? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
For the month, essentially.
For the month,
For the month
okay.
of Myrtle.
Yep.
Yeah, Myrtle.
Yep, so he'll pass that along.
We should we should put it in like a lockbox or something, and
Party
give
funds.
Sadan access to it if he needs it for something for the manor while we are gone.
That's a good idea.
Kind of give him some petty cash. Basically, I feel like we trust him, and that way, if he needs to reorder something because we run out or something, he doesn't have to use his own costs. And
Good idea.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Noted.
Oh, that's
That's just a suggestion, though. We don't have to do that.
I like it.
No, it's good. I get it. I understand.
how much was it again?
65.
65.
65.
All right. Well, do we want to get started on heading on down to Under?
So, tell me a little more about this Undermountain thing.
I mean, mostly it's just because I think otherwise we're gonna get bored, you know. Needs just to go do some stuff. Risk's dad is apparently down there.
Don't forget a missing planetar.
Missing Minotaur. I think I could
Oh,
probably.
I told that
find
wrong
some-
earlier. Sorry. We're looking for a planetar. My patron's an Empyrean.
Ah,
One step higher than that. Sorry.
good to know.
I see.
And I think I can probably find some more stuff about how to magic, which
So you're certain this is the way we should go?
I mean, I think we could give it a go, and you know, if it doesn't work out, well, we just come back.
Kai will stop for a second and look directly at Jot, and with a very serious look, and say, "You're certain this is what we should do?"
Oh, I don't know that I'm certain about anything, but I know that Risk cares. That Risk would definitely care to learn more about his family, and if there's someone down there that actually has information about his father, or father's actually down there, I think that it. I think we should help him and look into this.
Kai's gonna reach to his pockets as he find the Stone of Galore.
Still absent from where you left it, and you even went through the night before you went to bed, searching through your belongings and your pack, trying to see if maybe you had just placed it in a different area. It's nowhere to be found. Make a investigation check as you're packing up for the evening.
Okay.
Viz wants to say something to Kai when you're done with your stuff.
You're good. You can go ahead and do it.
Okay. So while we're there talking, Viz wants to reach over and be like, Kai, when Risk found out about his father, Risk told us he was going to Undermountain. And I told him I wanted to go with him, because if he was going to do something dangerous, I don't want family to go by themselves. I don't know if... Can I look over at Risk? Maybe Risk has changed his mind. But I'm worried that if we don't go with him, Risk isn't going to stop going.
And Kai's gonna nod and say, "I wouldn't have it any other way. If this is what Risk needs to do, there's certainly nothing that will stop me from going with him."
You don't find anything in your investigation, so...
Yeah. Risk, if this is what you need, if this is what is required for you to sedate your desire to understand your father, as it were, then I will do everything in my power to make sure that we do that. Kind of look around to everybody and say, I'm pretty sure everybody else here is on board with that. So if that's what you need, then we're going.
There's two possibilities. One, it's actually my father. and then I need to go. And possibly kill the man who left me as an infant. The other possibility is it's not my father, and it's claiming to be. And I still need to go kill him.
Either way, we need to find out the truth on this. So we will go. Kind of look around everybody and, just kind of look for, is everybody in agreement with this?
I bought 50 days worth of rations.
I was gonna say we probably should buy stuff before we go down.
I bought 20 days, so
You have lots
yeah.
of meat.
Also, I bought a display case of rotisserie meat.
Did do that,
Do
100%.
that.
I'm going hiking. Well, I bought winter boots, summer boots. I bought chains, a net,
We have-
Eskimo boot,
we have everything. We're gonna make sure we're prepared for everything.
Oh, also, I learned Undercommon and Goblin, because based off my research, those are frequently spoke under there.
Oh, that seems like that could be useful.
Also, because we haven't really talked about it, the library, should we need to research anything, we can now use the library to come back and spend an overnight, and we can search with advantage. Is that correct, Havoc?
Yes. You will get advantage the longer you spend. Basically, I'm going to treat the library like a place that has a wealth of information that's rotated in and out as the group sees fit. The more time you spend, the more you'll know. So the lower the DC essentially will be on your history check. But you'll have advantage on any checks you make if you are using the library to research a subject.
So
Biz kind of looking at the library for the first time, looking at all these books, and I have a pretty good understanding of how expensive books are. Kai, where did you get all of these books?
I've purchased some of them, and some of them are from my own library.
This must have cost a fortune.
No, it wasn't quite that expensive. I wish I could lie to you and say yes, it was super expensive, but no, it wasn't.
I didn't charge that much.
The DM didn't charge me that much. And because Kai was offering from his own personal library back at home, I think I got a bit of a discount.
Is there a restricted section, like a small black magic shelf?
Oh yeah, there's this one shelf in the top corner, you don't want to touch
All the
that.
books
Leave
are
it
made-
alone.
They're bound in
Yeah,
raven skin.
Permanently a skeleton standing in front of
Yeah,
it.
you don't want to touch that.
To the death.
Why is this one called the Necronomicon? And it's bound- What's this one? Don't read that one.
Don't touch that. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Alright, so for the sake of brevity, if there's anything, if y'all's intent is to seek out no, that's not what I'm trying to say. Venture out to the Undermountain and prepare beforehand. If there's any basic adventuring supplies and things of that nature that you would like to obtain, you'll be able to do so for the going rate. So if there's anything in the adventuring gear section of the player's handbook or Dungeon Master's Guide, you will be able to buy that at the going rate. So I will leave that on y'all to detract your money for doing so. But for the sake of brevity, you've went out shopping and everything this morning for anything that you needed, rations, rope, what have you. Where do you want to go now?
Yawning portal.
Yeah, we're Yawning Portal, right?
It's the yawning portal, apparently.
Okay.
Do we think I have a quarter pound or a half pound of tin left?
You used it all in your 2 buckets.
Oh.
All right, I still have a lot of rose petals.
What were the rose petals for, though?
Those are for Talia.
I ground them up using a mortar and pestle because I didn't know if the tin was going to work. Right, there's a chance it might not, so I needed to get 2 sources of dye. Or maybe I'm going to dye us all some cloaks or something.
Viz isn't going to beat
Very subtle, for sure.
Kai's message in a bottle that he sent to her.
All right. So with that, you set off, heading through the town as you go through Waterdeep. Moving to the south, another busy day. No children this time running around with a troll mask
No
on and such.
children.
Trolltide has passed. You're now on the second day of... Gotta remember month names. Of Kythorn. Moving down to the south, you head towards the familiar place you've been many times before, the Yawning Portal. As you move in, as is customary, for some reason, the same table is always open, just beside the door as you venture inside. As you do so, everybody give me perception checks, please.
Okay.
What?
High five.
That one.
Where's
Take a
my-
risk.
Just
I
finish
love
off
that
the
one of those
cider
is a
real
2,
quick.
One sec.
And one of those is a 10.
I'm really good at being bad at it.
You said perception.
Yes. Okay, solid 10.
A
matching
whole
that
solid
one
10.
of his. All right. So as you venture into the Yawning Portal, there's the typical hullabaloo of people sitting all over the place and making noise. Some music is being played in the background by someone you recognize, a man that you've met a couple times and know to be an agent of the Harpers, rather. This man called Three Strings, as he always plays his lute that only has 3 strings left on it, playing kind of awkwardly and not great, though Viz especially has been in a bit of a lute off with this man before, and has discovered that he can play much better than he does normally at the Yawning Portal. But you do discover that he's playing in the background and such, and he's keeping a wary eye out for everyone around him. It seems that this seems to be his post whenever he's observing people for the Harpers. Or so you surmise. As you sit down at your table, once again, not Bonnie, but another waitress of the Yawning Portal does run up to greet you and such as you sit down, offering to get you drinks and such, and as you place your orders, she runs off to retrieve them.
Wait, is Bonnie here? I need to talk to Bonnie before I leave and maybe never come back.
With that, the woman turns around and says, I do apologize, sir. Bonnie is gone for today. It's her day off. She was spending time with her siblings, I do believe. I could pass a message along if you'd like.
I can't even begin to write down the words that I was hoping to express. It's okay.
Kai's
I hope I come
gonna
back.
place his hand on the back of his and say, I think you probably could, and cast guidance. Try to influence him to write a letter for her.
Okay, I'll try and write a letter.
Very well, dear. I'll be right back with your drinks and everything. You can give it to me then. And she scuttles off, heading back to get drinks and breakfast for you all. As you're sitting there, a few of you start to glance a bit around. A couple of you talking to each other, Viz and Risk and Kai, kind of starting to carry on a conversation. Jot and Talia, as you're glancing around, you see that there's several sets of eyes that are lingering on you. You see across the hall, or across the tavern rather, to your east, there's a very dark-skinned woman with a bald head that's shaved back. Very dark clothing. It looks a bit foreign to you. It's not a style that you recognize. There's no token for her. It's a style you don't really recognize that you see in Waterdeep very often. Her eyes are lingering on you. As she does seem to notice that you're staring back at her, she averts her gaze and seems to go back to looking around the tavern, but she's being very observant as she looks around. You see that another woman seated up to the north of you, sitting at one of the tables kind of by herself. She seems to be idly glancing around, but as she catches sight of you, her eyes lift up, or her eyebrows lift up a bit as she looks down at you, and you see Jot, you do notice her kind of nodding to herself as she sees you, and then kind of reaches down for a piece of parchment and begins writing. The last person you see giving you a bit more attention than you expect is none other than Three Strings himself. Seems to be gazing at you with a bit of a lingering eye.
Ooh.
That's where we're going to go ahead and end the session for the evening.
Oh, wait.
Wait,
Dun, dun.
Wait.
can I read what I have of my letter to Bonnie?
Do
Absolutely, yeah. You see, as they're noticing all this, the waitress comes back, setting down the drinks and the food on the food will take a little bit longer, on the table and such. And she looks over. Did you have that letter ready for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna fold it up and hand it to her. But please deliver this to Bonnie when possible.
Of course, honey. I'll take care of it.
Dear Bonnie, on this day, me and my friends begin the next step of our adventure into Undermountain. The path is going to be dangerous. There will be many things there that we've never encountered, and I'm scared. There are not many people that I can say I truly love, but the love I do have is a very large amount, and it's the type of love I didn't know I had. The type of love that makes me worry about people every day and concern for them. Bonnie, can you please watch our dogs while we are in Undermountain?
Yep.
That's as far as I got. It's going to be like, I love them so much and I worry about them.
Yep.
That's as far as I got in this little bit.
Yep.
Waiting for the debate. There it was.
I
All
knew,
right.
I knew something was coming.
Can you please take care of Cade?
All
Here's
right,
the key to
so
my house.
With the note delivered to the waitress, all of you sitting around and such, a couple of you noticing a few prying eyes. That is where we're going to go in session for the evening.
Talia starts carving a dagger in the table.
And then I lick the dagger.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I fucking love it so much.
Risk sees Bonnie's out here, puts his feet up on the table.
Oh.
I mean,
Getting brave without Bonnie around. Got it.
That's a really move.
We got it. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna end stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.